help us know that we exist. Surprisingly.
It could.
Did I grab the wrong thing? I might have grabbed the wrong thing, and that's fine. That's fine. That's just human, right?
Clearly.
Yeah, you know what? Just that. Just that. The alt text. Yes. So, Hello everyone, I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbidian. This is the Electric Metropolis video game tour, and today we're doing another episode of Star Trek Survey Expedition Delta, Adventures of the USS Bonaventure in the Dawnland Fringe. It has been about 2 weeks since the events of last episode, and the Bonaventure has been called upon to assist with some mediation between the Folk Confederation and the Nebula Rift Outpost. So let us get right into it. The mission directives are actually updated, because I remember to update them this time. What? There's no map. Calm down, Roll20. Calm down. Everything's fine.
The idyllic, the people living the idyllic pastoral life, and the people who were quote-unquote slavers against their better interests. I wonder whose side we're going to be interested in helping out.
No way to know, honestly.
Listen, the conditions of the market forced me. Listen, don't blame the player, play the game, okay?
That's not entirely dissimilar to how they acted.
No, I remember.
Do you though? So the delegate for the Nebula firm, the Nebula Rift firm, will be transporting aboard. Who will be greeting
for reference, can we see the map? Just so I'm pretty sure I know where we're at. I just
I can update you. Here's the sector map to give you a rough idea of the order of battle, as it were.
Okay, so they came to us. Nebula Rift people came to us.
Yeah, they'll be. Actually, this meeting would have happened. I know they would have met you here, and then they're going aboard your ship because they don't want to bring one of their ships into the system as a sort of sign of like, hey, we're not trying to invade your space, but hey.
Okay.
Starfleet is letting one of our people come in. And just as a general idea, the Margaret Brooke is kind of acting as the go-between between yourself, the station, the Haida, and the outpost. They're trying to be somewhat close in case anyone needs medical assistance. So they're kind of on standby and doing some science scans here. Meanwhile, the Haida is patrolling around, just seeing if it, because they know any mercenaries or Breen ships will come from this direction, and unless they want to go around this way, but it's more likely they'll come out this way, so they're kind of keeping an eye out, and hopefully they'll hear more from the intermediary species that is working with the Breen, but that is their problem, not yours at the moment. If they run into trouble, don't worry, the Ballistic will be recalling everybody for a fleet action. And the meeting area in the system, well, I'm glad those pumped in after I was done. The meeting will be happening.
Red alert.
The Folk Confederation have battleships now. How? Ingenuity. But they won't be the meeting won't be happening over their M-class world. It'll be happening in orbit of the Class P planet at the edge of the system. So the mediation's happening aboard your ship because it is the most obviously neutral area that isn't the outpost, because the Nebula Rift firm wanted to meet on their world, like unarmed and with gifts and stuff, but the Folk Confederation was not interested, but they were willing to meet them halfway and go, look, you can be in our system and we'll talk. And sure, we'll stock on a Starfleet ship. That's fine. We're okay with that. Okay, that wasn't the plan for us, but we don't get to decide these things sometimes. If we want to make friends, we have to meet people halfway a little bit. Because as of right now, the big problem that they're having is, well, not only is the Folk Confederation mad at them, for obvious reasons, the Federation isn't very happy with the Nebula Rift firm. They're willing to let a lot go because they helped push the Breen out, but they're still not in good terms with the Federation Council in any way. So this is partly it's making both of you happy.
Yeah.
Whether or not it'll actually succeed, well, that's what the current mission's about. But yes, who is meeting Kelly Winters? Oh, 2-threat game, by the way. 2-threat game. Should have said that earlier.
This is definitely feels like a Captain XO thing. I don't think. What's her position as told to us by whoever set up her coming?
She is a minor executive within the company. She's a public relations type person.
Okay, so.
But you know from the files that there's no. She's not in the C-suite executive. She's lower executive.
Then I don't think we'll roll out the welcoming committee, like have her put on board or anything like that.
Yeah, we'll just. I mean, do you want to really downplay it and have me meet her? Like you're too busy to even meet her?
No, I don't want to get us off on the wrong foot.
Okay. All of the character tokens are invisible for me. What's going on here?
I don't know.
Roll 20. Okay, well, if it's just a
refresh,
then yeah. I mean, it's my solution for every problem. Roll 20, and it seems to have worked.
So Captain is going, and that's it.
Yep.
It's bringing the XO with me.
Yep.
At phaser point.
And I'm not going out of my way to find the doctor. If the doctor's there, but I'm not.
No, I think she's fine to sit this out.
Yeah.
Right. So, the two of you come in just in time for Kelly Winters to beam in. And you see before you a human woman who seems to be dressed in a rather casual brown jacket. Doesn't have and her general attire is this sort of spacer, like black tunic, black pants, long black boots. Like if it wasn't for the Nebula Firm Rift like name badge that's over her jacket, you would just think she's just any random spacer, just some random traveler. It is. She does have the person. She does, on her hip, like not in an open holster, is a Type 1 phaser. And on her other hip is a flip communicator and a scanner. It actually looks like one of those older style tricorders, like the ones where the ones they used in the Connie 1 era, but a little more updated. So it's probably like surplus or something like that she got somewhere, or she has weird affectations for old tech.
Any information that's sent to us that told she was human? Because it'd be dangerous to assume someone was human when you've met Alithia.
Give me Insight Command difficulty 1. You're assisted by computers command from the ship. You can see it at cost. You'll get something bare minimum, but you might notice something in this person's file because you would have seen. The firm would have sent stuff ahead, so you know it's her. And it's not someone saying, "Yeah, I'm Kelly Winters." No, you're not. We have your file.
Trait of human.
Yep, that'll knock the difficulty down by 1. Because hey, you'll recognize certain human colonies. Okay, I'm not from there, but I know them.
Killick's more likely to have been to a colony than Earth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're only at Earth for like the Academy days. So you've been to San Francisco.
Starfleet Protocol? Or a negotiation. I know there's going to be a lot of negotiation, so I did some opposition research.
I'll take that, yep. I'll take that. I clicked on everything but the thing I needed. Whoops. Oh well. That's my problem.
Not a comp.
Copy pasta. That is 2 momentum generated. Yes, indeed. She is in fact human. She is of Scandinavian descent, and she actually is contracted with the firm, with her starship, the Maverick's Revenge. She's known. The firm kind of dresses her up a bit, and you kind of read between the lines. But it seems they try to make her seem very spick and span and executive and pride of the company and yada yada yada, but reading between it, she's more the frontier negotiator. She's the person who's sent to deal with various alien civilizations and try to get the firm advantageous deals. But failing that, she is permitted to trade on small scale. If it's large scale things between the firm and somebody else, she passes that up the chain. But if it's small stuff, she can do that on her own. She doesn't need to check up with her bosses. But she does have a pretty good record, according to them, of negotiating various interstellar trade agreements, pacifying pirates, things like that. She is actually from Rigel 7. She's not, but she has a great affectation for old Earth music and literature. And she is the rare brand of human that, although the pursuit of profit is not a driving force of humanity, it's not really required anymore, she finds the challenge very interesting. And such that she, like, looking at a profile and reading between the lines about who she is, it is clear that she probably could do rather well as a merchant captain in the Federation. She would have done just fine. But there's only so much merchant captains are allowed to do. All the first contact stuff and that sort of thing, that's Starfleet's bailiwick, and she is not. She's never approached Starfleet in any capacity. She does have a Federation citizen number. She hasn't. What's the phrase? Not revoked. When I get rid of it, when I don't want to be it anymore.
Renounced?
Renounce, yes. She hasn't renounced her Federation citizenship, but the Federation file shows that she hasn't taken her Federation luxury credits have been accruing slowly, just for, existing and not breaking any laws. But she hasn't done anything in Federation space for the last 5 years, which lines up with her employment with the Nebula Rift firm.
All right.
You can ask additional questions about momentum if you like.
I will make the observation that given the company's previous interactions with us, it seems very unusual. It seems like either there's something I'm missing, or they've just made a blunder in that they've sent someone who is unambiguously subject to the laws of the Federation because they're on a Federation ship as a Federation citizen.
Mm-hmm.
which could be a sign of like they want to work with us in a good way. It could be just oh, we were gonna do something nefarious, but someone screwed up along the way and sent the one person who could have the hammer brought down on them. That's really an observation, not a question.
Okay.
I don't think I have a. Actually, I will ask the question. Does it look like a negotiating tactic? Whether that be a negotiating tactic in good faith, because I would consider like them doing something in good faith a negotiating tactic because it's part of a negotiation. So even if it's like not a slimy underhanded thing, does this seem like it's meant to sending a human was intentional beyond just she can speak the language?
We'll take a momentum for that. Yeah, you think back to your negotiation classes back in the academy and just your own experience, that sometimes it helps us send, if you're trying to make nice with one side or the other, if you happen to have someone of their species, that tends to get them a bit of a pass. You know, if you're dealing with Andorians and Vulcans, and you want to side with the Vulcans without necessarily saying you are, you might make sure the ambassador's a Vulcan. The Federation Council tries not to do that. It tries to go on merit alone, but some organizations, some administrators will try to tilt the mediator in their favor. If you were an Andorian captain, you're pretty sure they would have sent an Andorian. If you were Betazoid, they would have sent a Betazoid, that sort of thing. It's clear.
Sending a Betazoid would have been the better option in all three of those categories.
But they're aware that you don't like psychic stuff, so they would have specifically avoided that.
Oh, they're the only people who know that and care, I guess. Hasn't helped Atrum out at all.
Oh, and as a freebie on our file, the Type 1 phasers is registered with the Federation, and her that's the one thing that'll have to be registered, which, dovetailing back to what you were observing earlier, that's a Federation citizen would want to have. If you're still a citizen, you'd want to have that registered if you wanted to legally have it on you. Otherwise, you'd have to ask the captain's. They still have to ask the captain's permission anyway. But if they beamed onto your ship with an unregistered weapon as a citizen, it's like, you can't do that. You have to tell us in advance you're going to do that.
I'm assuming it's disabled, and I was going to politely I'll handle it once I politely start a conversation. But I am under the assumption right now that it is disabled.
That's your prerogative.
The transporter does that.
That's your prerogative if you would have had it disabled or not.
All weapons that don't belong to us, because it's a military vessel. It's not. I mean, as much as military in Star Trek, but it is a secure vessel where we cannot afford to take risks with people having personal weapons.
Mm-hmm. Unless they ask for permission in advance and they're coming for a certain thing, that's different. But any rando coming aboard, it's like, you're gonna get shut off. We'll fix it. Don't worry.
I mean, yeah.
Like a military attaché or someone who's on transfer as well.
I can't envision. Yeah, I can't envision Killick giving anyone permission unless it was like, you're gonna go on a mission with us and you're bringing like you're part of a colonial militia and you're going on a mission with us.
And we're letting you keep your service weapon. It's like, well, you might as well just keep using yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not unusual. That is 100% captain's prerogative. Some captains aren't that worried about it when it's Federation citizens, but it's like, it's your ship. You are responsible for the safety of the ship and its crew. So if you don't want people being armed, they don't get to be armed. If they don't like it, don't come aboard.
Then Killick will say, "Welcome aboard, Miss Winters. It's nice to have you. This is Commander Atrum, my first officer and chief of security. I am Captain Killick. You can call me Captain Killick." I'll point to the commander and say, "You can leave your personal defensive equipment with the commander. She will log it and reissue it when you leave.
Ah,
I assume
yes.
that
Go ahead.
I assume there's like a standard case I can grab in this room for that exact scenario.
Yeah, there's like there's a seizure locker is the official term, but it's for anything really. It could be
You know those like they look extraordinarily unhelpful, but the like blue cylinders they have in TNG, I'm picturing something like that, but it's in security green. So she pops open one of the cylinders and says, "If you please."
Now I'm imagining like a bank pneumatic tube, like you're gonna stick it in there.
Yeah,
and it's gonna
exactly.
security in the armory.
That is basically exactly what I was imagining too.
I mean, be in theme with the whole phones attached to the wall.
Yeah.
Winters gives a nod. Yes, very good. All right. So you want my phaser? She draws it and then pockets it, and then she taps the toe of her boot. You see something pop out of the heel, and she kind of grabs something out of there, and you see a small knife that she drops into the thing as well.
Captain says, "You are the model of a freelancer."
Oh, thank you very much, Captain. When you get into Firefighter 2, you decide to have backups, I find. And we don't get to walk around stations very much, and I don't think I'm going to get into a fight here. You're all pretty armed and pretty smart. Or so I'm told.
It would be a bad idea.
For all of us, Atrum adds.
I have arranged personal quarters.
Oh, good.
And I will show you in your room, but I'll point to like a compound. This is a communications panel. At any time, if you need assistance, you can press this switch and ask for Yeoman Vasic, and he will help you with any of your needs.
As you're talking, she reaches into her coat and pulls out a smaller version of a pad, and she takes a stylus and starts writing stuff down. Nods.
I will also let you know when I can schedule the first introductory meetings.
What? Oh, yes. She puts her stylus and thing away. Seems like a plan, Captain. Oh, and you can just call me Kelly. You don't have to call me Miss Winters and all that. I'm not paid that well.
Understood.
Can I ask a question if it ain't too rude, too much? It's a personal thing, not really a mission thing.
You can ask whatever you need to.
Well, two questions, really.
She might be pushing it, Atrum says with a smile.
She points at Atrum. Do you have eye implants of some kind? I've been just captivated by your eyes. I can't quite place the implant.
The captain says, perhaps the commander can explain the nature of betazoids over breakfast. As the captain gives a smirk.
Atrum looks like she's about to murder you. And she says that would be late. This is the closest you've ever come to feeling the daily threat that looms over the captain of a mirror universe ship.
For that to be true, I would already have to be in a relationship with her, and you'd have to kill me and get her in the ship.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I think the Greeks were the myth about this one.
Several.
I don't think it's an Oedipus complex if it's the captain and not your parent.
Okay.
Depends how paternal
okay.
you make your captain to your relative to yourself. They are
Oh,
the father of the
God.
ship. No.
Oh God.
The captain will say, I'm going to take it you haven't had the opportunity to meet a Beta Z before?
Translation, she taps her ear. I don't... what is that? Beta Z? What is a Beta Z? Like, she writes on her... She takes out her pad, quickly scribbles, and she holds up her pad and shows the Earth symbol for Beta and the letter Z. And she's visibly confused.
The captain will say, I think
He was
the commander's
human.
going to have a lot to explain.
Is she not human?
She's human, but she hasn't been with the... she hasn't been part of the... She hasn't been active in the Federation for the last 5 years.
She's been out here in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
Betazoid contact has been rather recent, so...
Well, I mean, it's not been that recent, right? Because Atrum is fully homegrown Federation, right? Or was
And
Atrum
that was-
alive before?
I did not realize. I mean, Atrum's been in the service for like a decade-ish.
I would let you know that when it comes to fringe travelers, your average Federation citizen might be up on all the different worlds and member worlds, may keep up with Federation news. But if you're outside the Federation, you'll know, like, everyone knows, oh, humans, Vulcans, Andorians, everyone knows those are Federation people. But the newer species kind of get forgotten by outsiders.
Yeah, the smaller ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
a lot of like technical, or it's like I don't know. Your average non-American knows what New York is. They probably could not find Nebraska on a map. Where it's like the lesser, in the same way that I know where Shanghai is, but I could not name a smaller place in China.
Nebraska, it's one of the square ones.
Yeah.
It isn't.
No, it's one of the square ones.
It's like a screwed up rectangle.
It is one of the basically 4 straight-sided ones.
No, it isn't.
It's basically, they may not be perfect straight lines, but they're basically 4 straight lines.
I think you were legitimately confusing it with another state, because how on earth is this 4 straight lines?
Okay, one of them is a little harsh, and there's kind of a... Yeah, I may have been thinking of...
Colorado?
Texas has a bunch of straight lines, right?
If anything, in my mind, I had
Has more than 4.
more of like a South Dakota shape in my mind.
This is my problem. I can't ever make a comparison to the real world because this puts us on a tangent.
I mean, I can
I
take some
think
thread
lots
here
of
for
things put us
Anthony.
on tangents.
The captain says, and you'll of course have access to all of the standard libraries. So if the commander isn't able to answer your questions in person, you can always ask the computer. You don't even have to use a terminal, and the captain will like click a button on the wall and say, computer, how far are we from Beta Z?
You hear clicking and whirring from behind the wall.
There's a literal like tape computer in the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big reels. Not the center. About 140.7 light years.
The captain just kind of broadly gestures as a successful demo. Like, see, wow.
Oh, so you don't have to use the data tapes anymore. I didn't know you updated to the new processing wall systems. Well, that's neat. Do all the rooms have those? Points at the wall.
Yes, all rooms have access to the main computer.
And it maintains processing speed. Unless it's localized. Maybe it's not localized. Maybe it's centralized?
Hmm.
Maybe it has something to do with... I mean, you'd have to cool it, but... Isolator technology's not a thing yet, so... Well, sort of. I mean, there's a beta version of it through the...
What is not a thing yet?
Oh, there's this new talk that's going on among some scientists I've heard about this thing called, I think I'm saying it right, isolinear chips. It's a sort of like, think the big tapes, but they're like way smaller, about the size of a, she holds up her style, it's about this, but flatter. But the problem is, they burn out like crazy. So, they're very good for like toys, but they're not, supposedly they're going to be good for computers one day. I don't know how true that is. Then again, I never thought we'd get away from data tapes, so what do I know? I mean, Starfleet obviously gets away from them because you have all the money, but, everyone else being able to afford it, that's different. Outside the Federation.
Yes, Starfleet. They have the money.
You have the resources over 100 member worlds. What are you talking about?
Atrum looks very chuffed at all of this and says, right, well, would you like to be shown to your room? I
had a second question. It's real quick.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Is that a Mark IV Mobius comms device? She points to the phone, the communicator on the wall.
We have hardwired communication systems throughout the ship to ensure communication redundancy, even in events where wireless fails us.
The captain will say, in the ship's computer, you can find all the publicly available information on the ship's systems and design.
Oh. I really hope that's not classified. I might get in trouble for asking questions like that. Off to the gallows with me and such.
Refuse to answer any question that is not publicly available information.
Then security drags me out of the room kicking and screaming. Oh, it's good to be in a Federation ship. I don't have to worry about that sort of thing.
I think I asked the commander to get rid of the rack, but it may not be out yet.
It's sitting in storage. Next to the, the supply of our special boxes.
Well, it's too bad you're married, Captain. Otherwise, I'd invite you to breakfast too. But I guess we'll have to keep this all professional. Like, Captain with a sense of humor. Who would have thought? Didn't know Federation allowed you to exist. Well, this is one of those relationships, which I'm not going to judge. I mean, it's not my thing, but...
I think you'll find it's an enjoyable ship and crew. And while I may have commitments to go tend to, the commander is without commitment and will have to answer all your questions. So, good day, Miss Winters.
Good day, Captain.
Smirk even more down the hallway. They'll even break out into a little bit of a chuckle.
You bet you're gonna wake up one morning and there's going to be a bomb in your in your sonic shower, and no one will know where it got there.
It'll be a psychic bomb. That's how they'll know.
Yeah, just one day you will have an irresistible urge to snap your own neck.
Dear God. All right, Commander. Lead the way.
Okay, I shall give her the tour of our publicly accessible areas, and then take her to English, or take her to breakfast.
I was like, is that like a euphemism? Am I missing some youth culture here?
Oh God!
I was just thinking like it was like Atrum was getting like high school flashbacks or something.
Give me a bit of presence plus command. Difficulty. Yeah, no, I thought so. Difficulty of 2. See how much of a good impression you make on Kelly Winters. As you're showing
Okay,
off the ship and being nice.
Trait of Betazoid, because she seems to find me novel.
You're not wrong.
Trait of Starfleet officer. She seems to find Starfleet novel.
She knows what Starfleet is. You're just the nice
Okay.
kind. You're just the good kind. What? Most of you are space cops. Space soldiers. You're actually like nice and have senses of humor and willing to answer questions.
Atrum is the most space soldier of all the space soldiers.
Yeah. I didn't know Atrum owned a Dodge Challenger. A focus in empathy
Yeah.
or composure.
I don't know you were that into her, but if you are, I'll take composure, I guess.
Well, composure would imply.
Hey,
you want to
if-
start
if-
buying things?
If she flusters you, that's up to you. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how your character feels.
I have not said that. We'll go with empathy. Why don't you take? Why don't you? I'll spend a momentum.
Also, that's the fun thing about Dodge Chargers on loan is you don't own them until you
Yeah,
buy more than half of them most of the time.
The bank owns them. It's the military is an elaborate way for the government to pay soldiers to pay the Chrysler Corporation for oversized muscle cars.
So yeah, you're able to you generate some momentum. 4 to be exact. And yeah, you find Winters is indeed quite curious about Betazoids. She's definitely that sort of spacer that is which if you're there's 2 types of independent civil spacers, the xenophilics and the xenophobics. And the ones that do well tend to be ones that have an actual interest in other species because, well, you're going to have to run to someone other than your own species eventually, so you better get used to it fast. But she seems like she'll ask questions about you, about Beta Z and stuff like that, and you find that she has an interest in... She's not so much interested in the tactical I mean, you're not going really into details. You might mention offhand, that's a phaser locker, or that's one of our security people, or whatever. Just as a minor, don't go that way. She shows no interest in that sort of thing, but she is interested in all the little greeblies and technical things like certain wall panels, certain types of doors, certain lighting systems. Like she'll ask little questions like that. So a bit of a spaceship nerd in that sense. In the stuff that she's probably more familiar with, the stuff that she doesn't know as much, like engine power or weapon systems and stuff like that, or anything like that, she seems utterly uninterested. Like there's no follow-up questions. Everything else gets a follow-up question.
Mm-hmm.
And failing that, she'll ask about you. I presume you take her to the. Oh, go ahead.
I don't play ball. I will tell her answers about Betazoids generally, but I won't mention much about myself.
Mm.
And yes, I will take her to the galley.
I'll be there. I think that could be fun.
Okay. Yeah.
And new scene as we get to the galley. The senior officer galley 1 presumes she would take her. It's like you're in the enlistees. You eat here. Now piss off.
You know.
I shall grab my breakfast of a Beta Z spring salad and some nice spicy sauce, or you call it sauce with a salad dressing. Probably
Dressing.
more formal
Could be a
term.
sauce
Yeah.
if you wanted it a little thicker.
Yeah. And I'll motion for Winters to say, we have a wide variety of foods. Most of it's made through the food replicator. Some of it's handmade, or food synthesizers. But we have a wide cultural selection of various foods for our crew. Have whatever
Planner
you'd like.
Atrum, would you care to join me?
Hi, Commander Alithia. This is Kelly Winters, an executive with the company, and we are, I've been showing her around the ship.
Oh, no, it's the firm. They'll get mad at me if I don't correct you. Companies have a lesser legal status in the something or other. So how does this work again?
Fascinating.
I press
Well,
this
it's always
button.
a pleasure to meet new people.
She looks over at you after puzzling at the thing and giving up, like, I don't know how this works. Looks over at you. Oh! What was it? Commander
Alithia,
Lithia.
Um,
Hmm.
ship's doctor.
Why does that sound familiar?
Couldn't tell you.
Dr. Alithia.
Well, there are many ways, many reasons, I suppose, but I don't think I can point to what precisely would cause that reaction.
Well, nice to meet you. Oh, am I supposed to do one of those, like, quarantine checks to make sure I didn't bring any space bugs or whatever?
Transporter took care of that.
Ah.
My workload is considerably lessened in the last 50 years, I'd say.
So I hate to be the tourist, but how do you get this thing to make kutbalar? Your translator takes a second, and meatballs, or Swedish meatballs, is what she's asking for.
Oh, that shouldn't be too difficult. And Doctor will stand up and move over. You want to look for Earth cuisine, sort by region, if you don't have presets already in the ship's computer, which you wouldn't probably have.
Okay.
Start tapping
No,
out on
she's-
console.
No, you're doing it wrong. You've signed her in as a guest. You've got to hold on. Go back. Yep. No. There.
All right,
Okay,
yeah.
Now put your name in. Now the code. Okay. Now you go. Okay. Now you can make your selection.
Okay, wow.
Is she not supposed to be signed in as a guest? Does that mean something different in the ship's computer than it means in plain English?
The replicator system works on a different system than the ship security ID code.
Why must people make these things so complicated?
Atrum just shrugs and says, "I didn't make the world. I just live in it."
That's Starfleet for you. Make things more complicated than need to for security and protocol, because, you know, I'm going to steal your interstellar secrets through your through your...
Believe me, people
Thing.
have been doing this for much longer than Starfleet.
Ain't that the truth? Klingons don't give a whit about food security, but they will care a lot about their blood wine. That they'll shoot you over or stab you over, but you know, depends if they like you or not. Oh god, they have it by decade, century. Can I just get one? Why do I have to? Ah, that one I know. Ha. And hey, it actually looks pretty good. Huh.
Don't get your hopes up. It's good. It's not great.
It's perfectly fine. I don't know what everyone complains about with regards to replicated food. It tastes the same.
Atrum looks at you like you've just said something rather daft, and she's like,
Uh-huh.
yes and no.
No, it will taste the same every time.
Well, that's because you're not making proper use of the randomizer. The randomizer allows you to change various settings to
The
accommodate-
randomizer is a fad.
No, the randomizer massively improves the problem.
Ladies, if
No.
am I just having breakfast by myself over here, or?
Oh, well, yes.
Oh, okay then.
No, I'll be back there in a second. It's a spirited debate. We've had it a few times before.
So you two, she touches her fingers together.
Atrum like lets out a very, very, very silly laugh and says, "I believe she's a little too old for me."
Hey, that's not nice.
Alessia will
You
just smirk slightly.
you don't look a day over 30.
Try 300.
She raises her eyebrows at you like, whoa, what the heck?
Uh-huh.
You're mean, sort of. And you can feel empathy that
Yeah,
she thinks
yeah.
you're a mean person. It's like, wow. What a mean thing to say to people.
Many, due to reasons of spirited scientific debate, many species within the Federation and neighboring systems look quite similar. You cannot make the assumption that everyone who resembles a human is necessarily actually a human. She says with a little bit of like a preschool educator tone, because she's a little bit like, okay, is this your first day in the future? What's going on here, lady?
And then Alethea will look over and say, I don't know. I think all this drawing of distinctions is a little bit childish, honestly.
Winter
It's the
stares.
culture that's really important.
Winter stares at your face for a bit, Alethea,
Mm-hmm.
and then half distractedly kind of nibbles on some of her food, but she's very definitely studying your face.
Yeah.
You're not. Oh. I'll get it. I swear. I mean, okay, she's not human. Oh, but there's so many that.
You'll get there.
Okay.
No, she won't.
Hold on. You're
They so
not.
rarely do.
She was
Not-
unsure of what betazoids were, and I say this with
Well, that's
kindness, but
understandable.
You are
You're very new
more,
around here.
You're of a more obscure species than I am.
Ooh, that's a hint. Okay.
Yeah, why'd you have to say that?
To give her a fighting chance.
Okay.
No, I love to watch them struggle.
Ooh, okay. That's a question for later.
Atrum like thinks to herself, like, I have learned more about my coworkers today than I have in the past year, and I don't know if I like it.
You're not Iosian because you haven't told me how great hot dogs are yet. Unless you hate hot dogs.
What's an Iosian?
Bit Iosians. They're I don't know how to say it politely.
A wonderful example of cultural contamination.
Yes.
Oh, were they one of your many human floppy mistakes?
You could say that. You could say that.
You're not
Flash just had a bright idea.
You're not Ardinian because your nose, well, it's not just the nose, it's also the way you're speaking. You don't have that accent to you. Okay. You're not Vulcan in disguise.
Olivia will lean back in her chair and say, I wonder what accent I do have. Because her accent is mystifying, I think.
It sounds, actually, your accent, when I turn off my translator for a second, it sounds a little Earth, but in the European continental area, but it's not, but, we all travel and all that, so who knows.
I did spend a large portion of my life on Earth. She'll just smirk again. Just throw a glance.
Let me think. That can't be right.
That could be a hint.
That can't be right. No, she looks at Atrum like you're pulling her leg or something, and you can sense she's amused. And she looks back at Ilithia. You're a Lanthanite, aren't you?
Ding, ding, ding.
No, I've never met one before. It's nice to meet you. And she kind of comes over to shake your hand.
It's wonderful to meet you too. Are you from Earth yourself?
No, I study a lot of Earth cultures. And I've heard of Lanthanites going to Earth once in a while, or any human place really. But like I've never, like I haven't been to the Lanthanite homeworld or anything like that. I'm not even sure where it is, but I've heard of you. Wow, it's just.
I would be very surprised if you knew where it was.
It's. I just could not tell. Because you don't. Oh. Well, you never can, really. I mean, one time someone thought I was a Ioshan because I was into old Earth history. Because, you know, being into old things makes you an Ioshan. Shakes her head, eats her food a bit.
It is definitely a common accusation, misdiagnosis. Let's see. It only cropped up recently, though, so.
Yeah, but they're obsessed about Americana and hot dogs and baseball and the American way and stuff like that. Very weird people.
Atrum just shakes her head and says, I don't understand what the big deal about Earth is. There are many interesting places in the solar system, but it feels like all anyone wants to talk about is Earth, Earth, Earth.
Well, let me tell you, and we'll cut away from that, as Winters will nerd out for a bit about the unique cultural space of humans, you know, because humans are famous for being subtle.
Like, you can see the Sims, red relationship damage bar happening live above Atrum's head as she talks.
But hey, as long as she gets the pink romance bar up, it's all good.
Oh, God.
Those bars are not connected.
Yeah, it's what's called toxic Yuri.
Oh, my God. Oh, my
I don't know
God.
if that's an actual game term, actually.
No, it is. It is.
No, it
I
is.
go into the comments of the code, but it is what they called it. They were very forward-thinking in, 94, whenever the game came out.
Oh my God. So, Captain, speaking of toxic Yuri, no,
Literally can't be involved, I don't think.
hey, I believe in you. So we get to the bridge. You have safely extracted yourself from dealing with the Nebula Rift Firm person. You are informed that Dekka's box check in medical exam is still ongoing, so he'll be a little late to shift. And that's the most medical tells you, really, which that's all you really need to know at the moment. So you have just their backup navigators there working with Laketh. And Laketh kind of looks over her shoulder and says, "We're entering the system now, Captain. Do you want us to sit outside the outside the system? Or do you want us to move to the rendezvous coordinates right away, sir?"
Go ahead and start moving in.
Okay.
Fushi, give me a system-wide scan.
Fushi starts typing away. And this is a new scene, so someone can activate Fushi. But it'd be reason plus science, difficulty of 3. Succeed at cost is possible. Sensors plus science. Roger, do a quick sweep to see if there's anything there. If there's anything worth noting.
Okay, I'll grab Fushi. Reason and science. Yeah?
For the ship, veteran sensor operators.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, reason, science, focus of sensor operations.
Yes, I have to translate that for a second.
Yeah, I know. I mumbled over my words and was really hoping I didn't have to say it again. Operations. That's what Goran call a surgery. It's an operation. All right, take a threat. Sure, we'll take it.
2 plus the ship. Plus the ship of doom. Doomy doom doom.
Ship's doing sensor science.
Sensor science. One more. So generate one. Comp or threat?
Take a complication.
Very good. I haven't added a complication in a while. So let's make it work.
Yeah.
Mwahaha. Now, so a quick sweep indicates, and I can pull us over to Mission Area 1. A quick sweep does show that the ship that you're supposed to meet, the Tull class ship, is in orbit of the target planet. You can tell that there's people, that the M-class planet, the main world, there are people there. You see no starships around them. You don't see any starships hiding in the asteroid belt or in the gas giant or somewhere on the glaciated planet below. There is a bit of a solar storm going on, or a solar storm has happened recently, so it is marring sensor data a little bit. Basically increasing. It didn't affect this roll because this roll was about finding out what is odd in the system, if anything stands out, and well, the solar storm is one of those things that stand out. So if you try to scan something, the outside of your current zone, the difficulty is increased by 1 because there's sort of this ambient radiation effect going on that's kind of confusing the sensors a little bit.
Everything appears to be nominal. I can't talk today. Everything appears to be nominal, sir. But there's a category 3.7 solar storm occurring in the system, and it's interfering with our medium and long range sensor operations.
The captain will say, all right, most of the ship's company is not going to be involved in our current mission, so let's plan around this. And the captain will start saying, I want a probe. I want a schedule for deploying probes. I want to link those with shuttles and get what training value we can out of this, get what solar data we can, and ensure only the people who we think are here. As the captain's trying to set up something like a plan of action.
Control command, difficulty 2. As you're giving very specific instructions. What you want them to do. And multiple parts all moving, so you're trying to make sure they're all coordinating the way they're supposed to be coordinating.
Focus and astronavigation, because most of this is about deployment of ships and probes and shuttles.
Yeah. It's like we're not trying to do this. We're mostly navigation thing. It's like we're trying to figure out the storm and stuff like that.
We're trying to cover. We're trying to cover the most distance rather than focus on like finding a specific thing.
Yeah.
I'll spend 2 momentum.
On the button.
Sorry, that would have obviously been 3 momentum, not 2. I don't know why I said 2.
Because I didn't catch you. So That would be go to the scaler, grab a ship, 5 shuttles. There they are. I knew I had them in here somewhere. Up, come back. Pull you with me to mission area 01. So, oops, that'll spawn that. So probably one there, there, one there, there. At least one that's right up on it. And just for control, I'll have one way out of the way. Aside from just going right outside the system. Actually, no, we have enough shuttles. Wait, how many shuttles can you support? Forget.
A lot less, because I just got rid of our extended shuttle bay.
So it's not 6, I think it's like 3?
3. Yeah, I think it's 3.
So actually, so I have that wrong. So
I
this
just
was
changed
the
it.
ideal thing. So, boop. We don't need one up close. And some operations will come from your ship as well. So there's shuttles arrayed as such. So there's 3 ships, shuttles kind of hang out in each of the other quadrants. And then some crew aboard the Bonaventure will be sending out stuff to kind of try to cover this quadrant. So you're covering the storm from all 4 major semispheres of or quadrispheres of influence to get various data. It's a lot of work, but it's that you have a sophisticated astrometrics, you have a decent science department. This is kind of what they do. This is what you would do normally if you weren't. You probably would do this anyway if you weren't doing. If you were on like generic survey mission profile. Except now you have something anomalous to look into, so that's fun. Well, it's fun for the science people. They're like, yay, new thing. See what's unique about this star. If there is anything.
I love when there's something unique about a star.
Meaning, boop, you generated a new trait, shuttle-based system study. 1. So that actually, if you're getting aided by the shuttles can be used to go, hey, while you're out there, could you help us look for a thing real quick? Like, oh, sure, we're already out here, so what do you want, Bonaventure? we'll look with you if you want. As you kind of created a sensor net, but it's more scientific based, so there may be complications if you're doing something security related or medical related, because that's not what they're set up for. But anything to do with studying the sun and the flare and all that, yeah, that's what they're looking at. And easily done. Your crew are experienced, and this is the sort of thing that a lot of them have signed up for. They wanted to see the stars and see new worlds and all that, so there's a bit of a morale bump because there was a certain level of, we're doing a diplomacy mission. That's for the senior officers. None of the junior guys get to do anything except like serve tea or like get pads. Like, it's not a very exciting mission for lower rank people. Unless for some reason they get invited to one of the dinners or something to learn something about command. But, you know, your science officers didn't sign up to sit at dinners.
Hey, I did not sign up for whatever just happened either. Listen. The thing about Starfleet is that sometimes you get assigned a job and you have to do that job, and sometimes that job is Yeah.
Are you insinuating that a significant part of the command department is not flirting with the damsel of the week? Because I watched the original series and the Next Generation.
I'm not in the command department. I'm in the security department.
You're also in the command department.
Yeah. Okay.
You have multi-role.
Yes. I contain multitudes and dialectics. However, I can claim whichever one I want as it is convenient for my current need to complete.
I see.
Anyways, I think there was a game being played.
I don't know about that.
So yeah, you have that all set up. They seem to be well and underway. Everything seems to be in order. You do get pinged, hailed. Well, sorry, you get laser painted by the ship pinging you, and then over laser transmission, they request permission to you can't. They can't dock. They can't board you anymore. They'd have to dock.
No, they have a Starfleet communication system for communicating with us. I gave it to them.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And they would have. It's not wide. It's not every single ship, but they would have spread that out a bit. The important ships, especially when it's talking to Starfleet. Like, hey, do we have the one that has the transceiver in it? Yeah, send that one.
Yeah, and all they got to do is communicate to us. They're ready, and we can beam them up.
They would much rather dock. They don't like the
Okay.
idea. They don't like beaming.
All right.
So question becomes, who is going to greet their delegate?
Sure.
Captain and the XO.
Okay.
And Alithia, but she has to invite herself.
Yeah, she'll come over for this.
Romance negative. So this occurs at the shuttle bay connector. I'll pull you all over there. Winters will go to her personal quarters after her meal. So the group of you start. You all meet up at the shuttle bay, where there's a docking clamp offshoot that goes off from here because it's the same. This is the flight region of the ship, the flight deck.
Mm-hmm.
So there's two two airlock systems before they get into this room. Bit of a saving measure. Yeah, so the three of you come up. Atrium and Alithia smell faintly of Swedish meatballs.
Was she a messy eater or what?
It was very fragrant. I don't know.
Okay.
Whoops, that's not what I was going for. Whoopsie. There we go. Oh, a new scene, so that means the momentum went down, which it's already down, so don't worry about it. Just testing you all, including myself.
You're included in this game too, yeah.
For some
You should be
reason.
testing with the rest of us.
No, GMs are supposed to know everything and never get rules wrong. It's just the...
Oh, yeah?
It's just the way it is, really.
Oh, well. Damn.
They're huge. Hold on. So yeah, you see one of the river folk people in a nice bit of... in a loose-fitting bit of clothes, has a vest, loose flap at their neck. You can see there's a necklace they're wearing with a bit of twine, and then at the top there seems to be some sort of pouch that is visible with tiny little glass beads at it. They have earrings. They have the little studs at the bottom of their ears that are both a pale blue. They specifically have what appears to be actually, you would have been briefed ahead of time when they went by the Folk Confederation. They have their stuff they have like a multi-tool hatchet digging tool sort of thing, the kind that you saw the Stone Folk have, except the River Folk's a little more generic. It's useful for, it's not great at any one thing, but it's useful for various things. It's kind of hatchet shaped with various other tools inside the haft. And there is a what amounts to an energy It's an energy weapon of a sort. You would equivocate it to like a pulse pistol, where there's a ball of a certain type of crystal at the top of a stick, like there's like curve to it, and they fling it to throw energy at or fling energy at usually targets are trying to stun. It's not really meant to kill people. It's meant to stun an animal so you can get to it and then finish it more succinctly with your hatchet sort of thing. Those are tied up in a bundle, like specifically wrapped up multiple times and then tied a very specific way, a specific type of a beaded ribbon to hold it shut. And that they immediately are like walking with that in their hands, and you know that traditionally they surrender that if they're going to somewhere where they're a visitor and they're trying to show I promise you I'm not armed. They don't have a hip communicator of any kind. You do see there is some sort of they do have a satchel with them that's like a small one that's kind of hanging off of them a bit. And they kind of walk over to meet all of you. And this person, you would know their name already. If you want to know more details about them or what little they told you, you would have to do a roll. But you know that this person's name is Rakan. As for titles, there isn't really one. They're a voice of the river folk, but technically that's all. Anyone who goes in a ship is a voice of the river folk, so it doesn't really mean a whole lot to them because they don't have captains of ships. It's like, do you have a space canoe? Yes. Cool, you're a voice of the river folk because you're the person every other species is going to run into.
Right, that makes sense.
And he kind of looks around and spies Atron's green collar and holds out his satchel towards her, clearly knowing that you're security.
Okay. I thought you meant for a second that like he thought I was like the servant, and I was like, but okay. Yeah, she shall put his things on a little table and begin rifling through it and scanning it to make sure there are no bombs or whatever inside.
That is worth asking me. Reason plus security. Difficulty 2.
Okay. Can I do this? Probably. Reason.
You're only the head of security. You would hope you could do this.
I don't know, man. Have you seen some of those CSA agents? Investigative techniques.
For legal reasons, I shall not comment.
Yeah, I know. Investigative techniques?
Yes.
Okay. Take a right.
Taking a threat eye.
Look at that.
You generate 3. A thorough scan, between the energy weapon and the multi-tool hatchet, you figure that if they wanted to, it would take a bit of finagling, maybe a bit more than these items are designed for. Like, it's not really built for that. But you, with your knowledge, could build a small bomb with this. Not enough to take out a huge chunk of a ship, but enough to blow up, to savage a room. Because of how the energy ball interacts and the various multi-tools inside it, you could finagle it. But it's clear that's not how these are used for. That's not their design purpose. But you're able to figure out you could do that if you put your mind to it.
Sorry, what is the energy ball normally used for? Just like a power source?
Yeah, it's basically it's the power source, and it's what you use to fling energy at your target. But if you remove the ball and then use tools to carefully pry at it and get at the innards and then get it to short circuit itself, it could blow up. Sort of like how you could overload a phaser. You can make a phaser into a bomb. Yeah. It's not a very good one.
Well, I mean, you can make many things into bombs. Yeah. Is this legal? I presume this is a perfectly legal item.
Well, legal where he's at and where we're at are two different things.
Yeah. Well, that was the question I was asking. Obviously, I meant legal in the jurisdiction I currently am in.
For a momentum, I'll clarify that. Yeah, there is a distinction here.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take it.
The normally bladed weapons are if not outlawed outright, they are severely restricted. Because a phaser you can easily, or any energy weapon, if you take out like a focusing crystal or trigger mechanism through a teleporter, it is an easy way to kind of disable it. A blade weapon, it's kind of hard to do that without them knowing you did that to them, like you blunting the blade. Because even then, a melee weapon like a club or a blade, you can still baff someone really hard. The exception is if there's cultural significance to the item, or it is clearly some sort of tool. So certain humans are allowed to have swords because it's a religious thing, it's a cultural thing, it's not meant in a weapon capacity. Andorians are allowed their ice picks. The hatchet would be allowed because you know from research that Ilithia did that's a common tool of the river folk. That is their if that'd be like their engineering kit, their medical kit is their generic thing they use for a variety of things. You can use it as a weapon, but that's not really what it's for. It's more a tool than anything as far as they're concerned. It doesn't have religious significance. It's just more culturally. They wouldn't think they could use it if they had to, but they'd rather hit you with the energy ball than hit you with the hatchet. You know what I mean? The energy weapon, they have different variants. There is a warrior class. They don't send those people. They use them to defend their places, not send out to other people. They consider that an overly aggressive act.
Okay.
They also didn't bring along any other. This weapon in particular is the legal thing they're allowed to bring, which this kind of person probably would have like some sort of hunting bow or crossbow of some kind. They didn't bring it with them, and that shows they clearly know your rules. Like they're familiar because you guys gave them the Federation cultural data pack, so they know this person is aware that there's certain things that they can bring with them and surrender to you, and then in an emergency you might give it to them so they're useful to you. But there's certain things like, no, you're a guest. You don't bring, like, even if culturally you have a rifle you walk around with, you don't get to walk on a rifle on our ship. You don't get to, you leave that at home.
You can have a tomahawk, you can't have a rifle,
Yeah.
Okay. So if these are legal, I will pack it back up and hand it back to him and say, everything looks good.
You hand it back to him?
Okay. These were being given to me so I could put them away. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think I misunderstood.
Yeah, you could. I mean, theoretically, you could hand him the hatchet. But that'd be how much you think the captain's okay with that. How much you think you're okay with that. The energy weapon, 100%, you're supposed to take that. Like that is obviously a weapon you could be using to hurt people. The hatchet's like, you could give it to him. You could keep it. He surrendered both just out of abundance of caution on his part.
Okay, yeah. So I think if Klingons are allowed to carry Doctanes around, I have no problem with the hatchet. I can give that back, but I shall file away the energy weapon.
So once you pull out the hatchet and hand it over to him, he looks.
When I see you give it back to him, I'll say, for consistency, let's keep them both.
As you wish,
Okay.
Captain.
We already kept the other girl's boot knife.
As you wish, Captain.
And the guy, as you're about to hand it, he does reach out. He does look surprised, like, oh, I didn't think you were gonna give me that. Then when you take it back, he isn't offended. It's more of once you reveal that, he just nods like, yeah, that makes sense. He hasn't said a word to you. He's just there, waiting patiently.
The captain, once all that's handled, will say, Mr. Khan, we are glad to have you. I'm Captain Killick. This is Commander Atrum and Commander Ilithia. We have prepared quarters for you. The commander will show you to them. If you need to communicate with anyone, this device here on the wall is what you'll use. You press this button and you call for Yeoman Vasek. I will let you know when the negotiations are ready to begin.
He blinks at you, and then
think that's the whole spiel.
Gives you a slow nod. And looks at Atrum and Alithia. Looks back to you.
Is the universal translator not working?
Sorry, what?
Do you say that out loud to him?
No, I missed what just happened.
Captain says, apologies, but just to make sure that we don't encounter any technical difficulties during the upcoming negotiations, would you be willing to say a few words to make sure your language is accurately translated? As the captain diplomatically asks, can you talk?
He stares at you for a second. I suppose I can say a few words. Does it matter what kind? And he kind of looks around like he's looking for some sort of receiver.
The captain says, no, those words were enough. You've confirmed.
He narrows his eyes a little bit and nods.
He says, Commander Atrum will show you the records in your room where you can have the ship explain to you how its translation works, if you're curious.
Nods.
And I'll motion for Atrum to go babysit. That's the technical term
Atrum has the whole script ready because she's already given the ship's tour before, and she'll give the ship's tour again, just in time for lunch, probably.
After the two of them leave, Alithia's gonna look over at Killick and say, Did she do something to upset you recently?
Who?
Atrum.
Why?
I don't know. Just a slight intuition.
I am genuinely puzzled. And the captain doesn't look like he's being coy. It's like, I don't know what you mean.
Must have misread the situation.
How did you read it? As you've opened the door, and now the captain, as a bloodhound, is going to see where this leads.
Yeah. I thought perhaps you were foisting off tour duties on the commander for some perceived slight or something.
Oh, no. I foist off her job on her, which is the responsibilities of the command department that are in need of delegation.
Right.
Were you looking for something to be delegated to?
I'm always curious what the command department finds worst delegator.
Do you guys? Does your department do anything?
I'm putting a lot on Lieutenant Fushi, so why don't you go up to the bridge and coordinate the system scan?
Right, I can work on that.
Because I'm afraid Alithia thinks there's a game being played, and the captain's just like, you want extra work? Sure. I don't know what we're doing here.
Yeah. The doctor's playing a game, but she knows it's solely for her own benefit, basically.
Oh. I don't know if that's medically ethical.
Well, not like that.
It's like some Saw stuff.
Uh-huh.
Well, okay.
And thus, Atrum, you lead Rakan around the ship, doing the song and dance you did before.
Oh, sorry. I was confused for a second. I was like, she's going on. I thought you were fancifully saying recon. I was like, okay.
Presence command difficulty 5 to make a good impression on Rakan as he is almost irritatingly silent and unresponsive. So there's a lot of guessing at what he's actually thinking and what he finds interesting or not. So you end up, so there's a lot of, I don't know if I should keep, because some people, you could talk to them about warp engines for days and they'll love it. Some will be bored to tears and go, please stop talking about your stupid engines. I don't care. Look at these cool lights. Why would I care about the lights? Why are you talking about that?
Okay, presence, command, a focus of empathy. I could probably adjust my strategy off of what he seems to respond to.
Yeah, such as it is.
Okay. Trait of cool-headed. This is not going to annoy me.
Yeah, arguably, because part of this is a frustration factor of, could you give me any feedback? That'd be very helpful.
Cool-headed, even if she's not showing it today. I'm not gonna even argue for ESP because I know I'm not supposed to go there that quickly. Why don't you take 1 threat and 2 momentum, and I'll roll 4, and I'll make magic happen. Okay, I'll take it.
Magic.
I will re-roll the comp. There we go.
Just thinking extended tasks. I thought I did this part. I didn't, so let's do it now. It's not only success, you generate momentum. So yeah, as you're walking this person around, you do learn that they are responding. They're just not saying anything out loud. So you do have, when you say something, you do have to look over to see if they're nodding, if they look confused. He emotes. It's just very subtle, and there's a clear sense of he's trying not to be. There's some cultural thing about not being overly expressive. And even your latent, like, you're not actively digging in the brain, but your Betazoid, I actually would have given you another one for Betazoid, but you didn't call it. There's a certain level of control that they're exercising on themselves. But they seem to be actually, like, interested in what you're talking about in a sort of generic way, in that, you know, you may not necessarily be super chuffed about France, but if you're shown by a tour guide Paris, the tour guide can make it interesting. You may not be super into it, but, yeah, okay, I didn't know that. Oh, is that what that is? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay, maybe this doesn't suck so much. Because you're also not getting in the weeds of, like, trying to show off to, say, an Ardinian, where you're trying to show off how high quality something is, or a Vulcan and being overly logic about something. You're trying to give a very generic pan-species descriptor of what everything is, such that it makes it easy for the translator to understand. You realize, and then that's the higher difficulty as well, is that there's a certain level of there's certain things they don't have words for. So you have to kind of explain some of the words once in a while. Because as much as they studied Star Federation, they're not from the Federation, and you're the only Federation ship they've encountered before. At most, they did a lot of reading when they came aboard. But lastly, as part of your empathy, it is clear that they are trying not to tell you anything extra. Like, they don't offer any information, they don't ask any questions, they don't ask for clarification. But they are observing their surroundings. They're observing you, and observing the crew and how they're reacting, that sort of thing. So they are very tuned in. It's just being shown around the ship doesn't seem to be their primary concern.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll keep it brief but engaging, and she thinks this is just a sign of cultural thing from him to be quiet on a journey or something. And she's going to roll with the punches, and then at the end she'll take him to the galley for lunch.
And we end the scene there. Each of you try to learn anything about Rakan before I move forward to the meeting.
I mean, if I talk to him and he doesn't like respond much, then no, I won't force the issue.
Well, actually, we'll start the scene down here then. Because you succeeded, you can tell Rakan doesn't necessarily, almost doesn't go into the galley with you. And then you realize you explain very briefly what a galley is, what it means. Senior officer, like he can come in, it's fine. He doesn't have to be a senior officer to come in, sort of thing. Because it's clear other civilian type people are heading into other galleys, like the junior officer galley or the enlistee galley. Guests in general usually would go to the enlistee galley if they're just like random passengers, like Thane is. Whereas people who are actually doing stuff for the ship might get on the junior officer galley, usually invited by junior officers to go eat with them. Senior officers meant for senior officers, or people the captain personally, or you as the XO personally say, you can come in, and you're allowed to come in here, because sometimes you don't want random people bothering you while you're trying to take your day off. It's like, this is our restroom, this is our break room, leave us alone.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So it's clear Rakan paused and you explained it real quick, and then it's like, oh, okay, and he follows you in. That's where if you failed, he wouldn't have gone in. He would have insisted, no, I'm not going in there. And it's like, oh, well,
Okay.
the conversation kind of dies here because it's kind of hard to have this conversation around enlistees and junior officers. He looks at the bank of food replicators. Looks at you.
Yeah, she's going to say we have a variety of food options through our matter synthesizers. Let me just, and she's going to sign him into a proper replicator account to avoid the issue we had earlier. And she's going to say, you simply, for preset meals, you can simply select a planet and then region and then scroll through a list. The sky's almost the limit.
He looks
although
up.
I don't. That was a metaphor, a turn of phrase, as it were. What I mean is there are many different options you can have, a variety of options.
Nods.
Welcome to Cooking Star Trek. We're cooking in Star Trek.
I'm explaining to an alien for the second time today the concept of a food synthesizer.
Well, hey, it's
a me.
wouldn't be the first time that you had a Star Trek Adventures game that dealt with a lot of cooking. Remember the cooking competition episode I ran that one time?
I'm just gonna go over to
Vaguely,
Discord.
that was many years ago.
Right click, disconnect. I get
That's
two more
the great
threat.
admin war started.
Update you, Deca. There is mission directives to give a quick thing there about what's going on. But
Yeah.
I'll roll you in here in a moment. So Rakan stares at the device after you explained it to him. And it's clear he is unsure. Like now you've talked to him because you succeeded earlier. You can tell he's unsure what he's supposed to do. Well, it's not that he understands what he's supposed to do, and then it dawns on you, his planet, his culture and food isn't in the synthesizer yet. And his people may be derived from Earth, but that was a long time ago.
Does the is that true? Given Alethea spent the time doing cultural research.
I did do that. It might be a fairly meager selection, though, if there is any.
Atrum, I'll have you roll
Okay.
reason or insight plus, say, science or medicine.
Because our alternative
difficulty.
is to make a fresh meal from raw ingredients right now, and that sounds, complicated, but a solution.
Yeah, I'd say reason or insight plus science or medicine, difficulty 2. As you're trying to figure out how to bring up that particular thing, because that's buried in the list. Like, that's not something you as a security person generally would, and you don't eat their food that often. So you're like, it's in here somewhere. I have to poke at it.
Yeah.
Figure this
Hold
out.
on. If I can get into Alithia's notes, I think I can I can then find a link in there. Give me a moment. Why do they have to make this so complicated?
Oh, hey, they changed this. Cool.
Okay, I'm gonna say, oh my god, Vasik's been cloned. Vasik's over here and here. Okay, killed one of the Vasik clones. It was an off-screen adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Tom Riker episode.
Yeah. No, we just flipped a coin and then killed one. It was a really easy way to solve the problem.
It was the Tuvix
Not an
solution.
ethical way. Yeah.
I said it was an easy solution, okay? I said that.
Actually, more ethical than Christian, but didn't kill
True.
both of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Rakan's will be of no help, by the way. I just checked to see if he would assist.
Well, how could he? Because he doesn't know. Okay, insight science. I'm rolling an 11, so I have a 50% chance-ish on any given. It doesn't matter if I have a focus or not, 'cause I'm looking at it 1. So, all right, screw it. Take 3 threat.
Certainly.
There we go.
Generate 2 momentum as you're able to figure out, because it's part of it. You can order like anything in their menu, but the problem is you don't know. Most of her interactions with the stone folk and learning about the river folk was kind of a secondary thing. But you're able to discern that if they're human-like, and they are humans from Earth with a couple millennia away, but they are biologically, there's certain food, certain nutrition. There's certain things he's not allergic to, most likely. So that helps you narrow things down, helps you pick certain foods and tell the machine. And also the doctor would have put some of that in anyway, so that actually saves you a bit of time. Until you're eventually able to come up with this sort of rice dish with some fish and some vegetables in this sort of stew. It's a very simple dish. It's very straightforward. And the part that kind of caught you weird is that they don't have a standard fish that they eat, or standard they eat wherever they happen to go, and they have that's why they tend to be very simple. So they don't, which is actually a certain level of how Starfleet, when they go to weird planets, there's certain foods are probably safe to eat on any given world, and certain foods you don't want to experiment with. You don't want to roll the dice on mushrooms, for example. That is always.
Yeah.
Even if you know it's a mushroom, it's like, yeah, but this is some weird variant of whatever. The more simple the dish, the easier it is to figure out if it's safe to eat. If you're traveling from world to world. So it's similar like that. And then Rakan tried to help you there, but whether Rakan seems to like the dish or just being polite is uncertain. But Rakan doesn't push the plate away, and we'll take it when you offer it. And looks towards you, holding the plate in their hand, holding the plate with one hand, and with the other hand, they just grab at the food and just munch on it a little bit, like they're waiting. They're clearly hungry.
Sure. Yeah, I'll accept some of the food, and I'll motion for us to sit down.
So, you are a security officer, yes?
Yes, I am both executive officer and chief of security.
Executive officer. You are in some sort of business arrangement on your vessel?
No, executive has a couple different meanings. In this context, it means secondary. I am the second in command behind only the captain.
Oh. Eats up their food a bit. This Nebula Rift, this Winters, do you think they come to negotiate fairly? Or is this a tactical recon event?
To be honest, I should not commentate on this, as we are meant to be facilitating discussions and not weighing in on them. However, I do not think I could make an accurate assumption, an accurate judge, even if I could. I've never interacted with the leadership of this company. I don't know what goes on within their minds, and, well, I've only interacted with their negotiator once and for a very brief moment.
So you have no existing understanding of this Winters or her firm. If that is the case, then how are you to mediate if you do not know their intentions?
Could you elaborate? I am confused.
My understanding is that yourself and your fellow crew are here to assist both sides in the understanding of their position and to ensure that everything is done fairly and openly in a manner that is not confused. There's considerable study that one of your officers performed with the Stonefolk, and you attended one of our sacred meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Yet you seem ignorant of the firm. That worries me. For if they're trying to confuse you, or pretend, or beguile, how do you know?
Atrum, wants to argue back with him, but this is a really good point, so she kind of doesn't have an argument, and she says, I believe that one can never fully know, even those with ESP can never fully and truly know what goes on within the minds and souls of others. However, we can judge people off of their behavior, and if people have a track record of sticking to their word, then it is most likely that they will continue to stick with their word in the future, and, well, vice versa. As I understand it, the company has a history of sticking with legal agreements, so I see no reason why they would not stick with one if it's signed here.
What if they have agreement to continue enslaving my people, as your federation has forgiven them for? He stares at you.
She's going to turn the tables back on him, and she's going to say, Rakan, do you not want these negotiations to happen?
What I want and what the elders of the Confederation want are different things. I think their station should be pulled apart and used for housing, and their crew left to wander the stars to find the creator in themselves. These are evil people who did evil things, and I question those who would stand beside them and say they can speak on their behalf or mediate for them, and yet know nothing about them. But my elders say that peace is a path forged with difficulty. I just don't know if this is worth their time or mine.
I am
But-
surprised that the elders chose a negotiator who does not want to execute their will.
I
Who
am not an elder. I am a voice of my folk. And I bring a balance to our viewpoint. If this person
yes,
proves
it is
me
a
wrong,
dialectic. I understand.
if they prove me wrong, and I see that they have an ounce of the Creator's compassion within them, then perhaps there's a path forward. If they are merely some smiling snake willing to give me a poisoned fish and then tell me, don't worry, you can trust me, we come in peace, then I have heard those words before, and I know not to trust them. Even if they do give me very tasty food and very tasty fish. And he eats his food at that point.
Atrum can only, she becomes quiet for a moment and she says, I am not going to say that the Federation has never made a mistake. However, I do believe that the Federation has been generally an honorable and just force in galactic affairs that has made a long commitment to the respect for human rights and the lessening of human suffering. If you still do not trust us at this point, that is your prerogative, but I am not sure what more we could deliver to earn that trust.
I suppose that is another reason. I'm not here merely to judge this Winters. I'm here to judge your Federation in a time of crisis. And I warn you, we Riverfolk are far more... We lack the patience of the Starfolk, and do not have the patience to wait for someone to get better, like they do. We merely deal with who is here now, and judge them as they are now. And if they are failing that, then better for us to be in different rivers than for you to pull us down. Or us to be forced to pull you down. War is unnecessary and a waste of energy.
On that front, we agree.
Eats his food. And now, as that scene rolls to a close, you're learning the other part of why the difficulty is so high. Recon doesn't like you guys very much.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
You know what? Valid.
A new scene. We pull over to... I'll grab him later. The meeting is going to happen relatively soon. Deca, to catch you up a tiny bit. Last we had you were getting a checkup in your box in your mental state, and you just were a little late to your shift because you had to stay in a bit longer to make sure you're okay. They told the captain it was like a medical, like, hey, we're just checking on a little extra, but it was actually a mental check-in, like, hey, you went through something pretty scary, and the Medusan database says we need to be extra concerned about that because you are a psychic-based species. So psychic damage is both less effective on you, but when it does actually hurt you, it hurts a lot because it's not like you have a backup. It's not like they can teach you to do muscle tensing exercises.
Yeah,
it's the grounding exercises.
I am-
that doesn't work for me. I'm literally thought.
I am a mess of electromagnetic energy.
But you're cleared because we established in the last episode that you did come out of it fine. You'll still be haunted, but it's a haunting you can live with. It's one that won't mess with your job.
Yeah.
Now, you know that they're going to have a meeting in the conference room. And you do have some prep if you wanted to share ideas or bounce ideas off each other. Who's going to be at the mediation? If there's any investigation you want to do against Winters or Recon or their organizations. So whether that's in the bridge or in the captain's ready room or even in the conference room ahead of them getting there, because they'll come up when you tell them you're ready. They're both ready, but they're waiting for you guys to make sure you're set.
Mhm.
The captain will leave the survey in the hands of the senior officers, and we'll go do compile a report about each of them, like do all the homework.
What is that? Where does that leave Atrum and Alithia? Because Dekka, I'm pretty sure. To catch up yet again, Dekka. Just tell you where you are, sensor map wise. You're here.
Oh, yes.
And mission area wise, you're not over the main world. You're over the Class P glaciated world at the edge of the system. And actually, the ship. I'm zooming way in here. The ship is docked with yours.
And what is the main world in this system?
It'd be this one here. That's where you met the stone.
No, Oh, okay.
That's where that's
Got it. We're back here. Got it.
Yeah. And the other thing, that's it. The reason I brought you here. The captain has, because there's a solar storm that happened recently, and it's affecting sensors. The captain sent out 3 shuttles who are firing off probes, who are basically doing a scientific study of the storm, because it's something for them to do, and it's useful for Starfleet to know this sort of thing. But also, it's a soft way that if anyone is hiding out here, it's a little easier. It's easier to make up for that fact than if you were just trying to scan through it.
If Dekka hears that, at some point Dekka would ask the captain, either the captain or whoever is in command at that moment, for permission to begin coordinating with those shuttles regarding the astrometrics data they're pulling in.
Yep, that's what he's leaving you, Atrum and Alithia, to do.
Yeah.
Actually, he may leave you and Alithia. I'll pull Atrum with me.
Arguably, you could leave that with Dekka and Fushi as well, but because Alithia can help, but I don't know if Alithia wants to assist, the player even wants to assist in some other manner, or does want to help with the survey.
I mean, she said she was going to.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be a super huge help in whatever diplomatic affairs are about to go on. I'm probably better served coordinating with shuttles and reading astrometrics and did you say it's a solar flare?
Yeah.
Might be good at that then.
Heliophysics focus.
You
Yeah.
also have a plan of action on shuttle-based system study.
Good to know.
I'll say reason con difficulty would be 3, but there's shuttles out there, so it's making it easier. Assisted by sensors plus con. This role will improve the shuttle-based system study trait.
Got it. Would you say that this is involving complicated math?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay, cool. Power of math. My first die purchase is free. Difficulty 2, you say, and then story star. This is a navigation-related task, I believe. So, if I succeed at this, I gain a bonus momentum. And I think that's all I can apply to this, because I'm not plotting a course. So I roll 3 dice. Heliophysics focus?
Yep.
I thought I. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
There we go.
So 3 generated so far, plus the ship and the doctor's assistance if she wishes to assist. She doesn't have to assist.
Sure.
Benefit
Yeah.
of being in the chair, you don't have to do anything. That's what you have people for.
Yeah, I don't know if
this-
that's how that's supposed to work, at the very least.
I imagine,
Um,
you know what, with a roll that good, I imagine this is one of those things where Deca comes back onto the bridge, and there's probably some whispered worries
Yeah.
about, like, oh, I wonder if Deca's gonna be okay going back
Mhm.
to work after everything that happened. I wonder if they'll. I wonder if they'll be able to get back into their job okay, and then Deca gets set
Yeah.
back down in the chair and
You go,
immediately
vroom,
just
vroom. Yeah.
Yep. It's like, I'm back where I like to be. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Let's see. A focus in team dynamics.
Yep.
Cool. I don't know why I was asking for a focus. I have a 1.
You give it a
But that does mean I can re-roll it.
ah.
So it does actually still matter. There we go.
Hey.
There you go. Generated another one. You generate some bonus momentum in there as well. Deca?
Yes, I generate a bonus momentum.
Okay.
You know what? I'm feeling adventurous today. Oh, missed it by 1. You gain a threat.
Hooray. So yeah,
Shame.
you by the time you get to your duty station and then the captain passes the task off, you're able. By that point, the shuttles have gotten into place. They fired off their shuttles. Now you chime in and go, okay, I know heliophysics. That is one of the things you majored in at the academy. So it's like, okay, here's how we're studying this. Here's the things we're looking for. Here's the things. Don't worry about these things. They're not important. Yes, adjust for that. That is important. You wouldn't think it is.
Yep.
But it's a lot more important than you think it is. And and so everyone's able to chime in, and even for Dr. Lithia, you spent some time in the academy. That's why you have a con of 1 instead of 0. You have basic con understanding of navigation and stuff like that. And there's a term or two where you're able to go, wait, but shouldn't we check that too? And it's a huh? Oh, yeah, no, we should check that too. You're right, yeah, because one of those beginner's luck sort of things of. Oh, yeah, you'd never think to check on that as an expert. But hey, yeah, no, that's... Some people get too hoity-toity about it and go, we don't need to check that. Yes, you do. I know it's boring, and it seems tedious, but you should check it every time.
Yeah.
They teach the Academy that constantly. So yeah.
And someone roll the ship.
Yes. Come on, Chip, give me a comp.
Cap.
Ship.
Just keep saying it, and the ship will eventually magically do it itself. What is
Hey, this is the future, so...
Spencer's plus con.
Why doesn't AI do it? How about that, AI enthusiast?
Oh no, it did!
Well, comp or threat?
You know what? I'm gonna be spicy. I'm gonna take a comp.
Spicy, we've already done it this episode once. Now you're just being normal.
The captain tried to set me up with like a corporate fascist.
That's not what I meant by spicy. I meant you took the complication.
Oh,
Also, her political leanings are unknown yet. The rest of that statement entirely factual, but I resent the assumption
okay.
that
Corporate slaver. Is that better?
that hasn't been proven.
She worked for the company that did the slave trade.
I think the most you could charge her with is corporate freebooter, which freebooting
Okay.
often leads to slavery.
I didn't know
Uh,
you were her defense attorney.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, I think the XO could use a little innovation in life. And perhaps Miss Winters can provide the innovation.
Gee.
She can innovate, that's for sure. So,
Commander, you need to get laid. Jesus Christ.
so your study gets more in depth. This can be improved at most one more time, but you have a thorough understanding of the storm, the baseline of the star. You have the shuttles in the proper place. Everyone's coordinating with each other, which means that if you're doing any scans, you actually have a bonus because now the solar storms are actually giving you a bit of giving you an odd advantage because now you have like a control as a background to filter things against. Like if you have the right filter set on the sensors and you've tuned it in, things light up because you have way more light information going out. And if you make up for that interference, everything's lit up. The complication is, as part of that light up, outside the system at extreme range, you detect 2 vessels, scale 2. They're just barely within sensor range.
I will spend a momentum. Do we have a scale on those ships?
I already told you, scale 2.
Oh, scale 2? In which case, do they match any known ship profile?
They matched the mercenary ships that weren't Breen, but they were those scale 2 ships that are patrolling in the nebula. It's those. I forget what you gave them as designations at the moment. It's not those specific ships, but it's a different class of ship. It wasn't it's not a Breen ship. It's some other type of ship.
The fire?
Yeah.
You mean? Oh, okay. Wait.
Yeah.
The
little fighters.
Were they not Breen?
They're not Breen. Nope.
Okay.
To which
Don't know that we knew that.
Yeah, I think we did.
Okay.
Deca is going to see that data cross the screen, and Deca is generally aware that the captain and commander are in the ready room, right? Deca's gonna turn around to Commander Ilithia and say, Commander, the captain's probably going to want to see this.
Gotta see this cliche. Ding.
Let's take a look.
As you look over, he says, I was looking against the background plasma emissions of this solar storm, and given its interaction with the very edge of the heliopause envelope, I've encountered a interesting anomaly. At first, I thought it might have just been small asteroids, but the shape projected against the back of the heliopause is way too angular and artificial. These are vessels, Commander, and they match the silhouette of the fighters that we've encountered before. Small
Right.
craft, and they're likely using the storm and its interaction with the edge of the system as a cover.
Got it. What's their ability to close with us? Just an estimate. How long
Am I
it'll take
able
them to get here?
For a momentum,
Yeah,
I can
maybe.
clarify that. Or not.
That, yeah.
Sorry, I made an assumption there.
Nope, that sounds like a reasonable momentum spend to me, guys.
Boop,
Yeah?
boop. Let's pull you over to local area. So they're not that big. They're a much smaller scale. They're all the way down here.
Opposite end of system.
The only reason you detect them at all is because there was the light shining out, and this guy just happened to be scanning this way as sort of as a soft
Yeah.
control, and then it's like, huh, something wrong with my sensors?
Yeah.
And you quickly like, let me give a quick check. Maybe there's something wrong with that shuttle sensors. Nope, I know what those are.
Yeah, as I described, literally caught the didn't even catch the ships. Literally caught the shadows that they cast on the envelope of the heliopause of the system. Wild.
And also, there was a previous scan that revealed in system. If someone's sitting way outside system, then that you normally wouldn't catch that. Because it's odd to sit outside a system like that. Because the upside is, if someone's doing a system scan, they may not ping you. The downside is, if anyone happens to be heading in that direction, there's nowhere to hide. There's no planet in the way. There's no nebula. You're just sitting there in deep space, giving off heat.
Yep.
I mean, your only hope is to power down and hope no one sees you, which you kind of think that's what they did. And if it wasn't for the solar storm, they probably would have been. You might not have seen them just because of distance.
Which is exactly what Deca's going to say. We got incredibly lucky. If it wasn't for this phenomenon, we wouldn't have noticed them at all.
Right. Then,
needless to say, we should inform the captain.
Agreed. Captain to the bridge.
And before that, a bit of homework happened as Killick and Atrum meet up in the ready room.
Captain, start sending links and setting up dock shares and strategies. We're doing diplomacy 401 homework.
You said sending links. The only thing that crossed my mind is the captain starts sending LinkedIn requests.
Basically, if you're on the ship and you have anything along the lines of "so happy to have spent my my summer this year interning with the diplomatic corps," the captain might come and grab you.
So you're making you're doing a general. Let's get our old ducks row. What are we supposed to do in this type of scenario? Sort of check in. You check with the computer what protocols are, what the Federation Diplomatic Corps suggests you're supposed to do, or are you diving into either of the organizations?
No, I want to say that the base goal is we have a base understanding of what everybody wants, at least on like their public statements, and then the maybe momentum spends or extras are like, what do they actually want? What do they actually need? Kind of information.
Okay. Let me do something here real quick. You're looking at Insight Command, difficulty 4, assisted by computers plus command, as you try to discern between their stated viewpoints what they're driving at. As both sides, as there is a certain level of, they want to put their cards down so the mediator knows what's going on, but it's obvious that both sides are playing a little hide the ball from each other, because both sides are unsure which side you're falling on. Or they suspect you're on the one person's side over the other quite heavily.
All right.
And it's not an opposed roll because you have the files they put up, and you've interacted with, you and Atrum have both interacted with both of them, so you have some measure of these people. You're evaluating their stated position. So it's like, well, you stated your position. I'm going to figure out what the heck you're talking about. What are you really after?
Focus on negotiation.
Yep.
I'll spend 1 momentum. Gonna kind of rely a little bit on the assist in the ship. I will. Actually, what's the ship's computers? It's not that Great. So, oh, but it is command. We may actually be assisted by. Oh, will this create a trait?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay, then we get to be assisted by communications command.
Is that better than computer's command?
It is.
Okay. Because I was like, are you shooting yourself here? Put that as a placeholder for now.
We'll just apply the trait to ourselves, I guess.
Porky, why are you playing like spooky cave music?
Because there's more going on here than just two people having a chat.
Okay.
Ships out on the horizon.
Yeah, there's
two sides. One was a slaver, and one was this close to doing a raid on their outpost. And it wasn't for you guys, they probably would have. As you're reading the file, there is a clear animosity that these were two factions that were this close to being at war with each other, with the Breen involved as well. So this is a little more delicate than it may otherwise seem.
Yeah, if I were to put a bet down, it's that the Folk Confederation probably had some plan to like absolutely shred them, and then didn't go through with it.
I'm gonna use the Bonaventure's Federation Council citation to give the ship an automatic 2.
4, 5, 6 so far. Any assistance from Atrum?
Yeah, of course. A focus of team dynamics. I know who works well together.
Yep.
Okay.
Plus one more. That's 7. 7 on 4 gives you 3. Oop. Mediators. Insight. So yeah, even succeed at cost. The thing I just told you, you would have figured out because you read the wording of their positions, and it is clear that both sides are very tense and very worried about the other. The Folk Confederation wants for all the for a full account of people that weren't on the station but they sold or facilitated the sale of, so that investigations can be made to find out where those people were sent or where they went, if they're in Breen space, Federation space, Klingon, wherever. If you don't have them, who does? You tell us. They also want recompense to the various tribes that were hurt by this, because they took away people who had various jobs and roles within society that they affected, plus pain and suffering, yada yada yada. Like it's they are clearly
yada, pain and suffering.
There is a lot there where they are clearly, they're not just asking, hey, let's be friends, live and let live. It's like, no, we're mad and we want you to make up for it, and we want you for cooperation. And there's a certain level, and Atrum can attest to this now that she's read into it. Rick Kahn has added a little bit of investigations into, he wants and he suggests that it's not Winters, that there is further investigation into the involvement or culpability of their chief executive Vances, for if a chief doesn't know, if the chief is responsible for their tribe, and if he pretends ignorance, then how can we trust anything? That sort of thing. Like, it is clear that he is not. He wants everything thrown at the firm, and for the firm to give everything over. In reverse, the firm, why the firm's even engaging with them. One is, it is clear they want the Federation to like them. The Federation, for obvious reasons, is mad at them for being involved in this. If it's one of those, well, we won't go to war with you over this because you did get rid of the slaving industry in your station, in your firm, but you did it. We know you did it, so you better make good on this, and you better repay who you hurt, or we won't go to war with you, but we're going to put you on the commercial ban list, and we'll treat you as a hostile power, which commercially is pretty bad, because Federation is a massive, for a profit poised organization, that's pretty bad. They'd have to, especially since they're so close to Federation space, they'd have to go way out of their way to talk to anybody else. Maybe back mention, to and they already cut off the Breen. Like, they were attached to the Breen, so now that they basically are free of the Breen, they need to be friends with somebody.
Yeah, and with Kittimer, that makes the Klingons also a dicey prospect.
Yeah. And trade with the Klingons is they're pretty far away too, so it'd be, even if they want a Klingon involvement, that means obeying Klingon rules and commerce rules, which are way stricter and somewhat it would put them in a subservient role to the Empire, which Federation allows for independent sovereign organizations and planets. They're like, you can be your own thing, you can do your thing, that's fine, but you have to understand there's certain things we're willing to put up with and certain things we will not trade in, 100%. So, on the one hand, they have to make nice with the Federation. On the other hand, they do want to trade with the Folk Confederation. Now that they're aware of the Folk Confederation, they believe that the Folk Confederation may have resources and knowledge and technology that could be of use to the firm. So they want to negotiate buying or the expertise or the and trading and technology. Basically, they're trying to form this sort of commercial diplomatic agreement with them. And the language of their apology is very boilerplate. It is the bare minimum. It reads like an HR thing. Like, we understand the ills that we did, and we understand the mistakes made in the past, but those mistakes shall be made no longer, and we look forward to a fruitful and profitable relationship. Like, that sort of language. They're not actually admitting precisely what they did. They're just admitting they did something wrong. And they're trying to minimize how much blame they're taking as much as possible. And reading into it, Winters has added some riders of her own that involve her being the go-to person. She would be the chief facility. She'd be the liaison between the firm and the Folk Confederation. The Folk Confederation wouldn't necessarily send someone to the firm. She's an employee of the firm. They would talk to her, and she would facilitate that communication between each other, which, reading between the lines here with that role, yeah, that would benefit her greatly profit-wise. She would probably be paid to do it. She'd probably be paid to ship things. Like, that's very beneficial to her, and the firm probably doesn't care that much, because if the firm gets its big goals, and they don't take too much heat from the Folk Confederation, that's to their benefit. So you can see the dilemma here, where one side wants as much of this sort of arrangement as possible without taking as minimal blame. The other side wants to blame the ever-living heck out of the other guy, and they're not terribly interested in all the other stuff. That's not what they're super focused on. Once they've made good on all the other stuff, then we can talk about diplomacy and commercial rights and all that. We have no interest in that right now. And without your mediation, it's clear that these two sides would just clash, and eventually talks would fall apart, because they clearly have very different positions. Neither side mentions anything about
priorities.
Yeah, and neither side mentions other ships being in the area. Both sides have this language of neither side in this decision was made freely and clearly with no duress. This was a Federation thing that would have been sent to them, that they both would have been aware of, if you are mediating, there's certain rules the Federation wants to have. You can't have your big battleships sitting over their home world and saying, deal with us or else. It's like, if you're doing that, we're not helping you. In fact, we may even side with the other side just to keep you from attacking them. You want us to mediate? Neutral ground, on our ship or some neutral world, planet or moon, whatever, but you have to make this a free and clear. It can't be an agreement under duress. Now, they may make threats later. If you don't do this, my ships will later do something, but that's different. You can't make threats to the negotiators at that moment. That violates how the Federation mediates things. Federation just wouldn't give it their stamp. They go, no, we think this is done without fair due. So neither side is claiming anything about these ships. There is a claim by the by the Folk Federation that they have one of their Tool class ships near docked, specifically because they're docked, they can't really attack them, and also their representative is aboard your ship under your care, so they literally have to assault them personally, and they're nowhere near their outpost, and the firm isn't supposed to have any ships in their system, which the firm doesn't seem to be. If there, and you know that there's certain allowances, like looking up at the database, there's certain allowances the Federation would allow, but they'd have to tell the other side. They can't hide the ball and say, yeah, we have a cloaked ship hiding behind a moon. It's like, no, you need to, if you do that, you have to tell them that that's there. And you have to tell us that they're there. If you don't, then we can't sign off on this. We're not okay. You can't trick each other like that. Because that's when people get shot.
Bad faith. Ultimate bad faith.
Yep. But you can ask more in-depth questions with Momentum if you like. But as it stands, you now have Mediator's Insight 1. You now have a pretty good idea of what both sides want and don't want. And the one extra rider again. You do get the feeling if this goes mediocre, things just kind of putter out and they stay unfriendly with each other. If things go really badly, they could go to war over this. Like it is very, because the Folk Federation may perceive any hindrance as a way to hide, because their peace negotiation that the firm got is with the Federation. The Folk Federation is not attacking them out of consideration of you guys. But they're like, at the end of the day, you better tell us where our people are. And you better apologize for your exact wrongs. If you don't, we will correct the issue, sort of feeling in their diction. Whereas the firm, well, you know, if it turns out to cost them more than it cost, if it costs way too much to play nice with you and them, then they may take their chances reconnecting with the Breen. Because if they get cornered too much, then they may just back off entirely. If not the Breen, then somebody else, some other opportunistic power that's willing to sponsor them. Though that's not in language, that's just you reading and going, yeah, that's knowing what you know of the firm. They're kind of cornered, and they need to come out. For them as a firm to come out of this, they need to come out somehow ahead, in some fashion. They need some sort of consideration, otherwise they might do something drastic to save themselves. Because it's clear the firm doesn't seem to be interested, at least in these negotiations, they don't seem to be interested in rejoining the Federation, and frankly, the Federation isn't interested in having them until they make up with the Folk Federation. So if you can't make up good with them, we're not having you. That's just it's just a non-starter. We can't talk to you. Because the Federation doesn't have an interest in making the Folk Confederation hostile to them. Folk Federation was honest with you, and laid out their cards and are exchanging information. They may even join the Federation.
First contact.
Yeah, peaceful first contact. Heck, they may join the Federation in 50 years. Who knows? Cross your fingers. You know, so it's like, oh yeah, these people, the Federation would have a pretty good. I wouldn't say slight, that may be underselling. They have a vested interest in wanting the Folk Confederation to be nice. But, you know, there's no sense, if they can redeem some firm or bring them back into the fold of being good spacers, then, you know, that's a worthy cause.
All the better.
All the better, yeah.
Win-win.
And welcome to the mess that, that's been dropped into your laps as the Mediators.
In other words, Tuesday in Starfleet.
Yeah.
If I took the minimum that I think it would take for the Folk Confederation to buy into this, the minimum cost in reparations and administrative effort to figure out to do a full account.
Mm-hmm.
How long would it take to pay for this negotiation to turn a profit, i.e. the normal profit from commerce without the exchange of technologies, just mineral exchange, starship docking fees and just general commerce like that, how long would that take to pay off?
About 6 months. Unless something went really sideways, then it would take longer. But doing the math, and it costs momentum for me to answer that. Doing the math on it, they may sit half a...
play almost.
Huh?
Because I was expecting like 50 years or something, right? Like just some like the value that they stole and how difficult it is going to be to track everybody down, that it would like seriously cut into company profits for a long time. But it's basically a minor expense to the company.
Yeah, that's like a that's on the scale of like quarterly investment reports. Like,
depends how short-sighted your company is. Some companies get overly concerned with quarterlies instead of the long term. But yeah, like you just doing the math, you're like, yeah, this takes, you do some quick math and knowing like the firm is not an impoverished firm. They're not this dinky little operation out of a K7 station that barely works. It's a sophisticated operation that was being built up even before the Breen got involved, and then that was just gasoline on the fire, and it went off like crazy. Like even without the slaver thing, they're still making tons of profit. Like they're doing really well. So that it would only take them 6 months before they turned it around, unless something weird happened, which then who knows? A war happens.
Yeah, that could be
disaster.
anything.
That could be anything. But all things going well, it should be about 6 months. Because it helps that if they do this and the Federation likes it, then the Federation's going to throw gas on their fire. So they recover way faster if the Federation's on board.
Alright. If the Folk Confederation were to... we're willing to trade some of the more valuable technologies they have that were in Alithia's report or that Killick has seen. How valuable are those compared to the company as a whole? Would a grouping of their technologies be worth 5%, 10% of the company, not even 1%?
Momentum can't answer that. There's two answers. If it's just their tech and they just rebrand it or they facilitate the sale of it to others or whatever, like if they're just a standard merchant corporate sort of thing,
they don't give manufacturing know-how or underlying principles. They just provide the technology to the company.
And then they facilitate, hey, we heard someone wants to sell it. Would you like to make some of it? Do you want us to help you make it? And we'll sell it off. Like I'm
interested in that number, but then what I was asking is probably what you're about to tell me.
Yeah. That first number, the firm with Federation connections, they probably see a 1%, 2% tick up. Like they'd see a decent amount of profit. That's why the Federation loves getting new tech. I mean, the cultural side of it is awesome, but also there's the more resource, grand strategy point of any new tech. There's a pragmatic thing of every new tech is now something someone else might want. And now we have an access to knowledge or resources that others may want, and we can now facilitate that. I mean, for the Federation, it's a drop in the bucket because the Federation's massive, but, every little drop counts. For a firm, that drop is a lot bigger drop. But the other half is if they sell this any and all information to interested parties that may want to exploit or otherwise attack the Folk Confederation, so pirates, the Breen, Klingons, if they came up this way. If the Folk Confederation gives up too much of the game to them, they could sell that information off to somebody else, and that profit can go somewhere in the ballpark of anywhere between 5% to 10%, depending how lethal the information is. But bare minimum, if they give away how their ships work and how their travel works and stuff like that, if they give away just bare minimum stuff, that's still valuable to hostile powers.
I had a thought,
Belligerent powers.
Okay.
Hillick. Something that could possibly be used to make both parties happy. Try to figure out if the Folk Confederation has any technology that would aid in tracking down these lost people, because
I think I have a better way to get buy-in. Actually, this may be one more. I may already kind of know the answer to this, but since we're not working with hard numbers, I don't literally know it. But I'll spend momentum if necessary.
Right.
The 6 months, how much profit in terms of the value of the company does that represent? Is that like they've been growing 1% a year, so it's 0.5%. They've been growing 5% a year. They grew 50% in the last year because they're on like some crazy like upswing.
They basically be losing money for each month. They be burning through their reserves each month.
Let me clarify. It's not so much the dollar value. It's that if I took all the profit for the 6 months and then I bought shares in the company, how much of the company would I own?
It wouldn't be.
Are you suggesting they claim an ownership stake in the company? Is that where you're going?
Kind of, and I'll once I have this number, I'll explain a little bit.
I would say being ultra conservative about the number, I'd say 5%. If I was being alarmist about it, I would say 15.
Okay.
Depends how much how scared you are. It depends how much damage you think it's gonna happen, because there's a certain guesswork that's gonna happen here. It's like if everything lines up perfectly, it's just 5%. It sucks, but who cares? But if it really goes bad, then you sit there just sucking your thumb, burning credits until 6 months. You're able to finally start clawing that back.
The captain says, "I think I found a good cancer."
Good cancer?
He says, "I'm going to throw some numbers at you to start, swiveling the pad toward you and showing you some charts and saying, the value of the reparations, the value of their technology, if we could convince Rakan to go with this, which will be a hard sell, we could probably get the Folk Confederation at least 15, maybe 20%. If we go for 25, we're probably gonna light the fire, light the hair on fire of the current board members, and they're gonna think their company's gonna collapse. But at least 15% of the company. Perhaps that's how we. And if we can do that, then a non-violent, non-expansive, communal people who have their own planetary interests in defense. This is not a merger. It's just they get some ownership in the company. The company doesn't get ownership in there. Like this is not a mutual investment. It is payment for the harm the company has done. Instead of Latinum, Gold Press Latinum, or trinkets, they give it company shares. And now the company, more than a tenth, almost a fifth of the company's board are almost downright federation in viewpoint.
I agree that this would be the best outcome for us, but I think both sides would be slow to accept. Rakan is
The company wants this technology, and they'll get it full sail with the understanding, right, that they're going to have members on their board who could veto its violent application.
yes, but the Folk Confederation have never seemingly been interested in this kind of trans system, morally loose interstellar capitalism. I think it would be hard to convince not just Rakan, but the entire leadership of the Confederation that participating in this system is something they want to do.
The selling point, I think, will be that
You get a ping from
What?
Ilithia.
make it quick, Commander.
I was muted.
You made it so quick. It wasn't comprehensible speech.
I did it. You want to see me do it again?
Yeah. All right. We have ships hanging out at the edge of the system, Captain. They're heavily obscured, but Lieutenant Deco was able to make them out. Requesting your presence on the bridge.
Very good.
You want me to handle this? You can continue to research and plan for the conference.
No, I think I have our approach. In fact, GM, if I've kind of described enough, I'd kind of like to have a task to lay out a plan of action that, like, Atrum and me understand. What we want out of this. Obviously, it's mediation, so it's less of a.
You're encouraging
Something
federational values in
important.
the mediation.
Yeah.
Base difficulty was going to be 2. I'm going to up it to 4, as there's clear cultural there's clear hurdles you're going to have to jump to get them there. But if you get past all that, this may be a golden goose they both would be willing to babysit.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping the company is gonna eat this with bright eyes, looking at technology, and not realize I'm trying to put a good cancer, the good people eat you from the inside out situation.
Because there's some members of the board who may be okay with that, and there's some you are pretty sure aren't. The
Yeah,
ones that
the
signed
ones
on with
that-
the brain and thought, yeah, this is a good idea. It's like, some of us just wanted to make money. Just not that way, God.
Control command.
And I'll say the Mediator's Insight is making this idea you're doing possible. Because of this insight, you're now able to say, I know exactly what I could pitch to you guys that would help out Federation of Values, but actually does help out both sides. It's getting both of you stuff you want, so...
Determination. The Federation's needs are my command.
Yep.
Trying to get them back what they need, and I'm trying to bring a rogue corp under control.
Yeah.
Do I have an XO who values me?
Oh! I know what you're asking for. Question is,
I guess
Atrum.
that's a no.
Commander?
Atrum thinks you smell.
Okay, well, we get a...
Oh,
I'm so
Moment.
sorry. I completely zoned out for a second. What did you need me for?
to spend 3 momentum so I get my determination back.
Yeah, go for it.
We do get a moment because I'm human. Spinning determination. Uh. I'll give you a threat,
Singular threat.
which I really didn't want to do, but I feel like I kind of have to. Focus in negotiation.
Yep.
Whew.
On the button.
Oh, is this just gonna make it 2 or okay? We gotta okay. Separate one. Then let's.
Anything with this float?
Why do I have a float?
Didn't you spend determination and generate a momentum?
Yeah, it just goes to the table.
Oh, it's regular momentum. I thought it was bonus.
No,
My bad.
that's the game where you wanna play all humans who have the thing where you start a scene, you gain momentum equal to that one. So just between determination spins and this, you never run out of momentum. But I could never convince everybody to play a human.
So,
Hey, I like playing human.
Says the box.
My last character was human.
I don't remember who you played after Grinnin. Who did you play on Hell?
Well,
Oh, we played like 3
Wow.
games since Grinnin.
This is
You're right.
Brennan was a
I
while
felt bad for
ago.
zoning out, but you just like zoned out half of the campaigns we played.
Yeah,
My
that's
last character was
2 years.
my last character was Fox.
That's right. Back when you could rely on a security character to get hitched and settle down.
So
100
you
years from now.
new scene as you stride onto the bridge. Doctor gives up the chair, presumably.
Captain, you're going to want to see this. As Dekka
what
is
type-
presumably
what type of ships are those?
they're consistent with the silhouette flashed against the back of the heliopause is consistent with the small fighter craft we encountered near the station.
All right. Captain to Recon and Kelly Winters.
Yeah, Cap. I'm here. You hear a click and then silence for a beat.
Would you
Re-
please come to the bridge quickly?
Well, it doesn't take them very long to get up there because they were kind of expecting you to. They were just waiting for you to give them the okay that the meeting started. So they both come up to the bridge. They see a bit of tension in the room, and Winters looks at the lights, notices the lights are green, so she's mildly confused why everyone's so tense.
Swivels a little bit and says, I was just about to start our series of meetings, but I have a report of ships. The last time we encountered these type of ships, they were defending the Nebula Rift Station, but more of a captured defense, if I understand correctly. They weren't exactly friendly to Nebula Rift so much as they were in charge of access to it. Do these vessels have any connection to the company?
Rakan
As
stares.
the captain is not making an accusation.
Don't worry.
He's not.
Rakan is. He's visibly upset. He starts accusing her of setting up an ambush and hiring and setting up an attack on his system. And he starts lecturing at her. And Winter's just it's caught completely flat. Like, huh? What?
Captain will interject and say, Mr. Rakan, I'm trying to help secure your planet. I need you to not yell at Miss Winters.
Presence command opposed. He's rolling first because he's the one you're trying to calm down.
Okay.
Because he
No, it makes sense.
Yeah, so it's one of those like, yeah, you're the captain and all. That's nice. So they don't have that culture of like, this is the captain ship. Shush for a second. You shush. Oh, right. Okay, I'm trying to help. All right, I'm not trying to let them get away with this. Just let me help, please. I'm not just letting them get off.
Yeah, the captain doesn't let anyone off on this ship.
Okay, that doesn't really help me here. Okay. Any other values activate here that I should spend for? If anything's actually go the other way, so. That's a focus that makes sense, so. Oh, right, they have personal threat. What am I doing? They'll buy a full mint. It's a personal threat.
Oh, man. Dude, all Kelly's got to do is punch you and she wins everything right now. Yeah, I don't think that worked out.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits. You were hoping for way more than that for that much threat, but oh well.
He's got a commander before. I guess that makes sense. They sent him.
And Winters would love to assist, but she's utterly flattened. She's just like, huh? Like she was confused by what you were saying, and then he starts yelling at her. It's like, oh, what? I'm short-circuiting here. What's going on? What are we yelling about? So yeah, presence command from you. Well, HM gets ready to pull her phaser and shoot the both of them. And Neothea gets ready to cover up the crime.
I'd shoot one of them. I love all of my children equally. You're my favorite pile hot, et cetera, et cetera.
Trait of fair dealer.
Yeah, your name would be known among the Folk Federation.
All right.
Double check. Is there anything that hits the word fire that I forgot to fire? I don't think so. I think I covered everything. Oh, wrong sheet. Sheet. I'll get it eventually, I swear. This one.
Focus in Starfleet protocol, because I'm not really telling him it's wrong to be yelling at her about what he's yelling about. I'm telling her, this is my bridge. You will operate by these rules.
if nothing else, explaining it's like, this is protocol. This isn't a trick. Let me do my job, please. I'll get to your thing in a second, I promise, but I need you to let her talk for a second.
Determination on it's my duty to protect those who cannot or will not protect themselves, because I don't think his planet could defend itself against an attack. They haven't shown any capacity for that.
I won't take that.
Okay, then directive maintain peace and good order.
Yep. It's hard to mediate when people are shouting at each other. It's like, calm down for a second.
I'll give you a threat and I'll hit Starcross. Activate the Starcross.
Eventually. Clicking on buttons. There we go. There we go.
So that one is a crit.
So 1, 2, 3. Oh. 1, 2, 3.
No,
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, no.
Yep.
On the button.
You also
Rakan.
gain a momentum because I'm a human.
Rakan could theoretically take stress and just ignore you and keep trying to yell, but that's not a good idea.
Could he? Does he have? I guess you do have enough on the table. He could.
Yeah. But it's like, he's mad. He wants to say his point, but it's like, okay, he understands. Okay, I'm messing up how you run your ship. I shouldn't be doing that. You're right. He's still mad and still glaring daggers at her, but you're able to get him to give you a second. Like you're allowed to be mad. Just give me a moment. I'm trying to help.
So, Miss Winters, do you know these ships?
Could I see a silhouette of them or any specifications? Like on your screen or
May
back
I,
here?
Captain?
Yes.
May I,
Get
Captain?
on the screen.
And Deca's box beep boop 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 as the silhouette will appear on the screen, very very stark.
Those are the Corsairs Mercenary Company. Well, I didn't hire any mercenaries to come out with me. And if the firm was going to send people out, they would have told me just so I knew what resources I had. I do have backup, but they're a whole system away. Just in case.
She didn't
I
just
got
admit. I'm pretty sure she did, but she didn't admit to anything that's going to be a problem for me, did she?
No, that makes sense. If they have someone like the thing she's talking about is like maybe probably like an hour or two away. Like it's a backup
That's
ship.
fine.
That's the ship she got a shuttle on to come to you.
Okay.
These guys are literally sitting just at the edge of the system, and it's like, I don't know who those are. Or rather, she knows who they are, but she's aware that she didn't ask for them, and the firm supposedly didn't send them.
Captain, additionally, 2 small ships such as that would barely be a threat considering the Bonaventure is here in system.
I wouldn't bet the
Considering
farm on
that-
that. Corsairs are, between the two of them, they're armed up with disruptors and photons. They team up, they could put a hole in a ship like this. Not enough to kill you, but enough to make you really regret being here. Not trying to threaten you, just I know what the ships are like, so.
You're right. If you had to make such a claim based on publicly available information, that's what you would come to.
She shrugs, like, yeah, and nods, like, yeah. Still getting death guards for Rakan, but Rakan is staying quiet. He's managing his emotions.
Mr. Rakan, given that there's no reasonable claim these ships could make to be present, being that they're not here under the Stone Folks' invitation, and they are not here at the behest of the company, I would like permission to instruct them to leave.
Glares an extra half beat at Winters. Winters just kind of finally looks over, catches him out of the corner of her eye. She visibly starts like, backs off a tiny bit, like, she's mildly worried she's gonna get punched. Rakan stares at her and eventually looks back over at you. I would appreciate that assistance. I imagine the stone folk would as well, Captain.
Very good. I think Commander, I'll let you continue to the conference room. I'll be but a moment. Please hold any discussions about the topics at hand until I arrive. Actually, I'll call Yeoman Vasek, who I'm sure is nearby. I think, Commander, if you would show Miss Winters the conference room, and Yeoman Vasek, if you would allow Mr. Rakan to wait in comfort in the ready room.
Right, this way, Miss Winters.
The captain tries to be neutral. Winters, you get a commander, but you have to go to the conference room. Rakan, you only get a yeoman, but you get to go to the captain's ready room. Hopefully that evens out to about the same thing.
Fair enough.
Then the captain says, Commander, let's pull up the system map and look at the tactical situation. As I'd kind of like to look at the overmap before. What do you think? Where are they? Where are the little guys? Oh man, they're way over there.
Yeah.
They're a warp task away.
There is a couple of ensigns in a shuttlecraft right now who don't know how much danger they're in.
Nope. Look at this cool gas giant. Ain't that fun, Steve? Yeah, it is, Korvac. Wonder what's going on.
Yep. Might want to give them orders that at a moment's notice they might want to divert back to the planet.
What do you think about dropping in and saying hello, Commander?
You know, some of that Starfleet hospitality can go a long way.
All right. Lieutenant Deca, could you bring us close enough to compliment their paint job? Let's keep
Understood,
it
Captain.
at navigational alert. So like blue alert or something, like we're doing maneuvers, but no shields, no weapons.
Yeah, it's like everyone. If it gets bumpy, break, take a seat, maybe grab something. keep your hand in contact with a railing or something, just in case. If you're doing calisthenics,
All right,
maybe wait a second until we're done.
Presumably, I am to plot a course for the captain.
Warp us right next to them.
Yep.
So that would be Troll Con difficulty 1. Assisted by... It's rare I look up warp stuff, but this kind of matters. Engines plus con is the minimum. Hold on. Your engine score, I think, is more than enough. What's your engine score? 10?
It's actually 9 squares.
You mean 10?
From us to them?
Oh, I thought you're saying your max was 9. I'm like, huh? Your max is 10.
No. But I really doubt they could get to us in one jump, but we could definitely get to them.
Yep.
You went through one unnecessary one, but
Well, fine then.
you don't have to.
I'll do better math for you. Here
Through
you go.
that square.
There.
You do that, we will actually probably go back in time.
But yeah, no. So almost went on a tangent there. So, doing a jump. Base 71. You are trying to spook them a bit. So what I'll treat this as. I'm the defender. That sucks for them. So basically, you're basically going to be doing this as an intimidation jump, as it were. They're going to roll to see how steady-handed they are, seeing a ship jump right on top of them. They only have one free hit by virtue of the fact that you could jump too wide and end up not scaring them. You're being too careful, and you try not, as opposed to jumping like right on top of them, almost contact range. And it's like, oh god, it's like, if you do it right, it's super scary. You screw it up, you're like, aha, I got you. It's like, you didn't scare me. I saw you're on the other side of the room. That doesn't scare me at all. I will buy a couple dice for them. Because, you know, they're supposed to be these scary Corsair people. They're not supposed to be easily spooked by someone jumping on top of them. That's not so bad. Yeah, their stats are great for this. I'm glad I spent those dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and
Oh, and that's
5 and a complication. I know what will happen is that complication that will force a certain action that they will have that they otherwise wouldn't do, but they will do.
Mhm.
Oh, and
let me
actually,
just
there's 2 of them, so I have to actually roll one more because one would assist the other. 6.
All right.
Cool.
The trait for the system scanning. I'm sure one difficulty is kind of allowing this, but it is a 2 potency trait.
I'll say so. Yeah, I'll agree with that logic.
Because they're actually aware of, to some degree, the combat potential of the Bonaventure, the trait state of the art. They have seen us in a fight, and we won it handily without breaches.
You know what? I was going to question myself on that. I'll actually spend the comp against them on that. I was going to say no, but like,
Okay.
we'll say these guys are a little more spooked about that than the average Corsair. Like, Captain.
Keen
trait.
navigator trait.
Yes.
Hold on, I think there's a few more for the ship. Veteran crew, they know. We've seen their tactics. This crew is prepared.
I wouldn't say so. You met them in battle once.
But they've heard that we have fought successfully other ships, larger ships.
They know of the reputation of the Federation, surely.
Yeah, they're not that spooked. They were spooked by you being state of the
Yeah.
art, but because that's these people in particular are like, I don't want to face a state of the art ship. If I don't have to. But veteran crew, we're Corsairs. We're smarter than you are. You're just a bunch of fetties in suits. Veterans? So you're veterans and being in suits. Good for you.
Then
I will.
veteran sensor operators, because part of the difficulty here is we might not get right on top of them, but we have some of the best people for helping Deca actually get right on top of them.
Nah, this is more a precision jump of the engines in con.
Yep. Okay. Take 2 threat, and I will spend 1 momentum for 4 dice. Helm operations focus.
Yep.
Oh, good lord. I'm going to re-roll one of those
Come
with cautious.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
4, and then I need the ship.
So far, you're okay. So you jump basically
Take the threat.
just nestled into them. Basically one ship on your starboard, one at the bow. Just poof, you're just there. And they were kind of sitting somewhat station keeping, and you're just kind of warp. Oh, looks like the Ramus. Oh no! Oh, holy heck! You could stare out the window and see them. They could look out their cockpit window and see the saucer and people walking around inside. Like, oh, that's really close.
Would you say that there was any difficulty in that going to work for based on hazards, damage, or anomalies?
No.
Okay. Then you have 3 bonus momentum from us having peak performance engines and plan of action.
Anything you want to spend there? Or anything you want to spend for?
Bonus?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say maybe that because we've come up in a way that's like right between them, spend 2 momentum to create a trait that we've kind of split each ship off from each other. Like, because presumably the 2 of them would act well in tandem in any given combat, but we've kind of like broken the 2 of them up based on the placement of our ship.
I wouldn't take that. If anything, that puts you at disadvantage. That's something small craft want to do.
Oh, okay. Small craft want to be separate little things?
Because then you have to
Okay.
shoot in 2 different directions. You're the one being flanked, not them.
Got it. Okay, never mind then.
Bigger ships wouldn't like that because now they're they're a lot more likely to do crossfire at each other. Small craft aren't as scared of that.
Or maybe more so in the sense that because we've, cut off their visual from each other, they're less coordinated.
Subspace is a thing. Like subspace radio, so, and sensors.
Yes.
If these were aerocraft in World War II, I'd accept that, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to think of how I can shake them even further.
You could just say you're shaking them really just because you're so close.
Oh,
that's
okay.
that's still spooky,
Yeah.
having a ship twice your size park right on top of
Okay,
you.
I thought that was just the result of doing the task, but if I can spend momentum to increase the spook factor, that seems like a good spend, Captain.
Yep.
And 1 float. Anything with that?
Revving the nacelles.
Any panicked communications to someone other than themselves?
Nope. It's between each other. They're sending a quick communications at each other. They're because they got spooked by Deca not only warping right on top of them, but Deca went that little extra oomph of you kind of have to tilt the saucer a little bit so you didn't hit them, sort of thing. Like you are going danger close with these guys. They're gonna warp away. They're gonna run for it. That's scary as hell because who knows what you're gonna do next. The first roll was just would make them willing to talk. The second roll makes them run. They're like, nope, we're not fighting you. We don't want to fight you. We don't want to accidentally tempt you to fight us. Let's just get away from you.
Sorry, were you saying there is a second roll, or they're running away?
They're running away, yeah. The jump at them was enough without even you having to say a word. They kind of got the hint. You did the barroom equivalent of getting out of your stool and running up to someone, stopping nose to nose and glaring at these two idiots. They're like, you know what? We're gone.
Not worth it.
No, so isn't worth fighting whoever this is, because you just came at us. You didn't swing at us, but you kind of assaulted us. You came at us in an aggressive posture. I'm gonna take the hint and get out of your face. Time to drink somewhere else.
Well, Captain, they would appear to be, I believe the human expression is beating tracks.
I'll take your word for it.
Atrum puts another tally on her times people focus too much on human culture marker.
And that
Most
eliminates
of
the
them
ships.
seem to be coming from Deca.
And that destroys the ships on the horizon complication, because they're not here anymore. And you're pretty sure they ain't coming back, because for them that was super scary. Oh, it's just some battle. It's just some Corvette hanging out here and doing some stuff. We might do something nefarious, and it's in our face. How in our face? Like I could reach out the window and touch it if I opened my cockpit. No thanks. These guys are either crazy or they're going to kill us. I don't want to find out which. I'm leaving.
They are not paying us enough for this.
I think, Atrum, you've been so successful, you've worked yourself out of a job. I don't know that anyone's going to take you up on shooting at us anymore.
She kind of lets out an exaggerated sigh and says, you know, I can't say I was looking forward to a fight, but perhaps I was looking forward to the fight.
Well, let's go stop another one from happening. The captain will call for Vasek to escort Rakan in.
Never mind. End of episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have thoroughly spooked off the mysterious ships on the horizon. You've researched and made nice with both sides. And now comes the hard part of mediation and diplomacy. Getting two sides to sit down and actually hammer out a deal. For everyone watching out there, thank you very much for watching. For those of you playing, thank you very much for playing. And we'll see you again next time. Bye.
Woo!
Ooh,
That's cool.
yeah.
For the half I was here for.
Yeah, I think we got a pretty good plan.
Yeah.
And it really did depend how you treated the two of them. Like did you give them fair treatment? How forthcoming will they be? You know, how hostile is one side over the other? How much you actually know about these people? How much are they willing to share? And you did pretty well facilitating both of them, doing your research and dealing with the weird. Because there's two things: the ships on the horizon and the solar flare were complication based. They were not originally part of the story. Those are just, I'm like, oh, I know how to make life harder. I'll even spend extra threat to make sure these Corsairs are here.
As soon as you said something was proving an extra difficulty for sensors, I was like, okay, everybody fan out and find the secret ships.
No.
I mean, you may have not intended for them to be there, but I was looking for them before they even existed.
Yeah. I was like, well, since you're looking for them, and well, another comp happened, so I mean, why not? Yeah, sure. There's somebody out there.
Yeah, that's good storytelling. That's just good storytelling.